Oh, what are you doing?
Closing the other one. Okay. We are back.
Yeah, we're back.
Kind of. And
I'm trying to let everybody know. Oh,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
back.
yeah,
Okay. Okay, I was
Yeah.
trying to type it on the. Hopefully,
So,
okay, everybody see us.
the other live
Hey.
stream, it is Willie Woodson. What's up?
Hey, Willie.
The other one, there was a power blip, and it's still live. But YouTube won't let us get back into it.
Yeah.
So we had to open it, and that's why this one says part 2 now.
So what can we say?
We have to start all over again.
Yeah, and we were in the middle of a conversation, and we don't know what we were talking about.
I know what we were talking about.
Okay,
We'll
good.
see if we'll give people a chance to catch back up here.
Okay, well, give me 1 second. Y'all talk and chat until I get back.
Yeah, okay. We'll give everybody a chance to catch back up because we had a bunch of people in here. No, I don't think Crumb did anything. It was just a power blip. But again, YouTube is so screwy that it wouldn't let us back into the other event. So the other live stream, as far as YouTube is concerned, is still running, which is just weird. And I'm just trying to manage it, trying to manage both of the live streams here, trying to get the other one to shut down. Trying to get the other one to shut down, or trying to shut the other one down, because that stinks. A little brownout.
Oh, I did it again?
No. That's me. I'm just trying to make sure the other one is closed.
Oh.
Is officially closed. If I can get over there and get it open.
Oh.
Because yeah, we lost like 40 people. Lynx 595. Yeah, you're back. Yeah, hello, Lynx.
There we go. Yeah. Please, no politics. Thank you, Johnny.
Yeah, we try not to do the political stuff here.
Yeah, because we don't want to. We don't want anybody to be offended. We're trying to stay safe and positive and be inclusive to everyone and not alienate anybody with our thoughts and opinions, stuff like that. So I think it ended. It looks like it ended.
Yeah, it looks like that one has been shut down. Okay, yeah, that one ended.
Okay,
officially shut down.
Okay.
But anyway, not so much that we're not trying to offend anybody, but that we kind of think of this as a fortress of solitude from the rest of the world, if you will, because you get beat over the head by politics and social stuff pretty much non-stop all day, every day, and the media and everywhere. And so we try to stay away from that.
Yeah, plus if you want to talk politics, there's a million channels out there.
Oh yeah.
And you can talk and you can chat and you can voice your points there. But here we just want to keep it, toys and pop culture, movies, music, and stuff like that. So that's what we try to do anyway.
Lynx 595, awesome movie collection you have back there. Well, mostly actually over here is all animated stuff. And then this is actually all video game stuff all through here.
Yeah, his movies are in the living room area. This is just the overflow.
Yes, Robert, we are back. We had to open up a whole new chat to get going again.
Yeah, and it's fine. We got some people back, so we can continue on. Now, we were talking about something before we got rudely interrupted.
About what had happened was,
what?
We had a box that was coming, and it was on the porch, and we do unboxing videos every once in a while, but it's not going to be in the unboxing video because it was drenched. And I mean, like, the box was falling apart. Like I peeled it apart with my fingers to get the contents out. And I was like, oh my God, it's going to be soaked.
Let me write this on the thing. Go ahead and talk.
It's going to be absolutely soaked and drenched. And I was terrified. So I didn't want to wait a second to get this thing open. And it was okay. It was a little bit of dampness on the box because it's in the original box, but it was okay. But it, like I said, it's not going to make it to the live stream.
Yeah.
Or not the live stream, to the official unboxing video, and that's this, which is the original by the Ideal Toy Corporation, because Ideal made Mr. Rogers merchandise, and they made primarily Mr. Rogers neighborhood stuff. And this is the original neighborhood trolley. And like I said, I was paranoid it would be destroyed because anything Ideal, Mr. Rogers, you know, I did the video not too long ago about the rarest things in the toy museum, and I talked like super rare stuff. You might not see another one of these for 10 years. That's how rare this is. And it is complete and in working condition. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to do a showcase video of this, because you never find these are finger puppets. There's 2 finger puppets that come with this, and it makes music. But it's not battery operated. There's a music box in it. And so I will be doing an unboxing, because it's not sealed. It's not a sealed box. So I'm going to like do an unboxing and showcase of this. But I am into that stuff. Ideal made these in, like, I want to say 1977, I believe was when they did this. Yeah, 1977 Ideal. Because he didn't, Fred Rogers did not really, he wasn't into merchandising or franchising. So they made stuff one year. You'll never find any of it. It's super rare. You might see the hand puppets. There was 3 hand puppets that were made, and you might see them loose from time to time, never in the boxes. But yeah, that was a super, super rare find for me. And when it was advertised, by the way, they did not say that the figures were with it. That they did not indicate in the photos or in the description that the finger puppets were there. If they were, it would have gotten way more than it did.
Okay,
Where
Master
are we?
Mexico, Johnny is right, but it's so difficult to keep out politics as they carry it even to the toy industry, and we are seeing that. And it's like, you know, you try to get away from things, from those types of reality. So you watch different shows on TV, you watch sporting events, you collect, you go walking, you go to the gym, you
and
do
they
something
figured
else.
that out too, and that's why it's in sports now.
And now you can't even watch basketball, football without it being pushed on you. We see it in the toy industry, we see it in cartoons, in all your TV shows and all your movies. And it's like, okay, can we please just leave that for another date and time? I want to decompress. So, but hey.
Yeah.
Johnny said, wow, it's the trolley.
Yeah, the neighborhood trolley.
Nostalgic for the 70s. Hi, it's David from Facebook.
Uh-huh.
I'm the one that shares my custom $6 million man toys, figures, probe, and Japanese toys like the Astro Boy and what's that?
Grendizer.
Grendizer.
Deflex Zone. Are you guys in anime? Which ones, if so? I like the classic stuff, like Battle of the Planets, otherwise known as Gatchaman. Who is it? Robotech, Star Blazers, that kind of stuff.
Robert, just a fan. Didn't the Gilligan's Island playset float? Put a creature from the Black Lagoon in there?
Yes, it did float. It was a tub toy with little rubber figures.
Okay. Steve wants to know your favorite NWO member. I like the Macho Man.
Who was he in the NWO?
Yeah, for a minute.
Oh, okay.
You remember when they switched over to WCW?
Yeah.
And he came to WCW. He was in the NWO for a minute.
I don't recall that. I liked Razor Ramon in the NWO. He was too dangerous for prime time. I think that's just before he went to pieces. That poor guy.
Gilgamesh, that's amazing. Never thought of the Mr. Rogers stuff. It's a stormy day in the neighborhood.
That Mr. Rogers stuff is, like I said, I mean, you might can find the trolley loose, maybe not working. It won't have the figures, and definitely not the box. And if you saw the back, there's 3 hand puppets, and there is a complete Neighborhood of Make-Believe playset, which I have never seen complete ever in all my years of collecting, ever. Usually a piece of this, a piece of that, a figure here and there. That stuff, kids played with toys back then, and this had to have been a hot item, even though Fred Rogers kiboshed it, and they only produced that stuff for like 1 year.
Kaiser says Mr. Rogers' voice give him the creepy vibe. Nah. What is your Grail video game?
Grail video game? Favorite video game, you mean? I like the Dragon's Fury, the Sega Genesis, the Dragon's Fury pinball. I could play that for weeks. You have to play it for weeks because that's the only way to beat it. And then it is a memory card. It's one of the few Sega Genesis memory cards. I like Panic Restaurant from Nintendo NES. Street Fighter 2, Golden Axe 2.
Bronzer said he got to go cook dinner, but he wanted to drop in. Thank you for dropping in and saying hey to us. Oh, that's actually one of what's that, Flex Zone? One of the questions. Do you think you'll ever stop collecting?
No.
One of the questions that I was going to ask, do you ever think that your collection will be complete? Like, let's say you get everything there is to have from a line, G.I. Joe. All of the vehicles, the play sets, and the figures. Will you be done collecting?
I don't think so. I mean, there's always something else. There's always something else, and that's one of the things. That's why one of the reasons why I like going to toy shows that actually have vintage items. You might see something you forgot about. You might see something you never knew existed, and you're like, hey, that looks like something I could be into. That that fits right in with my wheelhouse of collecting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's like you said, and I like to watch tours of other people's stuff because sometimes they have something and you don't realize that that was a thing, that it was out there, or you forgot all about it. And you're like, wow, that just jogged my memory. I want to go look for it. So I don't think the collecting ever stops. You might complete a line, but then you might venture off to something else. I know some people, they get the variants of something, or they get the bootleg or the foreign versions of something,
Yeah. Whoops. It's bouncing up here. Where am I?
Robert, just a fan, says he saw a company making Popeye figures that he thought was tempting. They look pretty good.
Yeah, Mezco's doing that right now. They look very much like the original animation.
Yeah, the Mezco ones are really nice.
Nostalgic for the 70s. Since you like Star Blazers like me, I'll post my Bandai Yamato with lights and sound on your Facebook page. Oh, okay. Yeah, probably Star Blazers is gonna likely be my all-time favorite. Honestly, this is the one I used to run home to watch. Although I like the Force 5 stuff also. But yeah, me, it's more classic. The only modern one, if I was going to say I like the modern one, it'd probably be Full Metal Alchemist. Bronzer 747. Did you grab some of those Target restocks? Yeah, I got to ask that earlier. No, I did not go for that. On the fence about it if I want to continue, because I was already frustrated with the whole thing because I couldn't find anything, and people were telling me, yeah, there's a restock, but do I really want to go and chase and be disappointed again? I'm really sick and tired of it. Lynx 595, favorite comic story. I liked DC's Haywire, which I'm sure nobody remembers. I liked the original DC V for Vendetta, because it was a comic book first, and The Weird, which is also from DC. Actually, The Weird. Nobody remembers The Weird.
Hold on. Robert, just a fan, says he's curious to know what you like to be your future pickups for both of you. I want the Flash Gordon and Ming set, plus that Tom Baker.
Yeah, the Tom Baker, he's a long way. Yeah, it will be, because it's Big Cheap Studios, and everything gets delayed from Big Cheap Studios. They make 1/6 scale figures, and I do actually have the John Pertwee and the Tom Baker on pre-order from that, which the John Pertwee has just been delayed for the 4th time this week. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday the email came through. it's going to be delayed again. And I got those two. It too expensive, quite frankly. And there's an even more expensive version of both, because if you bought them directly from Big Chief, you got an autograph.
Oh wow!
With the Tom Baker,
nice.
with the Tom Baker one, you got an autograph, but it was like an extra $180 or something. I didn't do it, but it is a long wait. I did pre-order them because those are the two doctors I grew up with, and I think that the transition from John Pertwee to Tom Baker worked really well, because they're similar style of actors. They're very thespian sort of actors, and it comes out in their performances. And in my opinion, two of the best of the doctors.
I know mine. I ordered it's an animated series Batman from Sideshow that's been delayed. And I have this idea for a setup, because I have the Batwing, and I have the animated series Batwing and the animated series Batmobile, and I have an idea to set them up.
Yeah.
Granted, right now we don't have the space.
We don't have the space,
but it's right here.
Yes.
And I also have on hold the 3-0 Megatron that's been delayed.
Yeah.
And that'll complete for me my little Transformer set. So I'm waiting on those. And another one that I'm hoping for that's not out is the Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
Hot Toys.
Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Because I can't understand why they didn't put them out yet. But there's some bootleg ones that look actually really good. And I've seen some of the bootlegs of other figures that Hot Toys have made that actually looks better than Hot Toys.
Yeah.
And they're kind of tempting because the price is not that bad. They're about the same, in the same range.
Gilgamesh says he found a box in his attic that the Transformers Big Wheel came in.
Yeah, keep that box.
They made that stuff. They had a Knight Rider Big Wheel. It wasn't made by Big Wheel, I don't think. I could be wrong. But Marx made the original Big Wheels. But then around the 1980 point, because Marx was making them in the 70s, around the 1980 point, other companies started making kind of knockoffs of the Big Wheel. And so you had all of these character ones were coming out for, you had a Smurf version. And like I said, the Knight Rider, they had a Knight Rider one and a few other properties. They had a G.I. Joe one.
Master Mexico, David saying that kids used to play with toys in the old days makes me want to mention something you observe here in Mexico. If you take time as a parent to play toys with your kids, they are as attached to it as they have always been.
Yeah, and that's very true, and that's a sad reality for today, is that people kind of dismiss their children. Yeah. They put them off. They were already doing it when I was a kid, but it's far worse than it is now. And I tell you, there's nothing that hurts me more than seeing somebody who's like 2 or 3 years old in a shopping cart holding a tablet watching YouTube videos or TikTok videos, just letting their brain veg out. I would never do that.
I wouldn't even buy my kids a cell phone, a tablet, video games. And I'm serious, because when I was a kid, we didn't have it.
It's a way to ignore them. It's a way to separate yourself from the kid.
But then,
and then these parents, I don't mean to cut you off. It's a big pet peeve of mine, because I used to be, I was once upon a time the director of a daycare, and then that progressed into being the director of a YRC2 for the Juvenile Justice Authority. I was basically the warden of a halfway house for juveniles, for teenagers transitioning out of the actual jail back into society. And I've seen so much of that on a professional and a personal level, where kids and parents don't even know each other. They don't want to. They don't want to know each other. They don't care. And there's no connection at all other than their bloodline.
Yeah. And then you see parents say, oh, I can't, the kid don't do nothing but play video games. But then who bought the games? And I know I have a family member. Who lets them get away with it? Yeah, I have a family member, and they have a son. And I think the boy might be 5 or 6 and got an eye disease now, because that's now a thing, because all he do is play video games all day on the tablet, and he's developed this eye disease, and the eye disease is a new thing. It wasn't before, but it's because of looking at at that screen and that light all day. So I mean, it's a lot there, but
Wow, a lot of this jumped.
oh yeah, okay, you got to back up. That's why I was easing it down.
Yeah. We try to catch up here a little bit here,
Oh yeah,
guys.
yeah. The Bigfoot one is
Bigfoot and Wild Boy, Distorted Reality. I remember that live action show. Johnny Future wants to know if we have any props. No, we
no,
don't.
we don't have any props.
We did, and I mentioned part of the collection that was stolen from me. I had original props from the Nightmare Before Christmas film.
Oh, okay.
I did used to have those. They were lost, like a lot of other stuff.
The new Popeye figs are done by Boss Fight. I have some of their Bucky O'Hare.
So
I
they're doing
remember
it
Bucky
too.
O'Hare.
Yeah, and they did just bring those back too. Jughead has Haywire, so someone knows what I'm talking about. Excellent. Deflex One, or Deflexon, however that's pronounced. What will you do with your collection in the end? Think Egyptian pyramid.
I'm gonna get buried with mine. With every piece, you just dig a big hole and bury me with it.
Thor and Akostia. Sorry, I just joined. Forgot you guys were on. Well, here we are. Well, we're glad you could make it.
Yeah.
And Robert's happy I ordered the Tom Baker. And where we are, Thor wants to know if we saw Black Widow. We were talking about that before. No, we didn't see it.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. A lot of people say that it was disappointing.
Yeah, which doesn't surprise me because that's a shoehorned in, my favorite new expression. It's an old 80s expression, but it's coming back. I'm bringing it back. Shoehorning in an agenda. Deflex on. What do you guys do for a living, if you don't mind me asking? Actually, we both work in a mental health facility. We work together.
Yeah, all day long.
Yeah. So we're always around each other, and it's like, which I love it actually, because we have a really close connection, the two of us. So we're literally with each other all the time.
Yeah.
You know, we carpool, obviously, because we work in the same place. We are hands on. You know, we don't hide behind a desk. We're hands on, both of us, and we work together in the facility. And then, you know, we're together like this all the time. So, but we get along great, actually.
Master Mexico, the Ming is a special thing. Looks awesome, but really is fragile. Already had to fix 2, and did accept a little more for that cost class.
Yeah, and that's a huge problem with modern collectibles too. The price is going up, the quality is going way down, and that video is coming, guys. I know. It's just, I know I'm going to make a lot of people mad because I've got certain pet peeves from having been in manufacturing. Another one of my hats was working for PepsiCo in the Frito-Lay division, and I used to run one of their kitchens. And there's a model, there's a 3-tier model of manufacturing, and I can guarantee you no modern toy company that is making adult collectibles is following any of the 3 models that are required in business. They're not, and they're getting away with it big time.
3 meals.
Can you give me your insight on why Hot Toys hold their value so well in comparison to other premium figure manufacturers? Thanks. It's because of the prestige of owning them, I think, because it's expensive, and it's like a lot of Hot Toys collectors that have a big selection of Hot Toys figures. It's a status thing.
Yeah, it's like saying, "Oh, I got a Mercedes, I got a BMW."
Yeah, I've got a Ferrari, and you're driving a Toyota. You know, it's kind of like that, and that keeps that price margin up there. Another one is, and this is another topic of discussion I've been thinking about. There's something going on with eBay in the last year and a half with price fixing. There is a price fixing that's been going on eBay, and people are unaware of it or how it works. And it has to do with canceled auctions, because you do, I don't know if you realize this or not, if you bid on an auction, okay, I'll just briefly explain how this works, and I'll get into better detail and maybe do a whole video on this subject. You bid on, if you're selling an item, okay, and let's say it's worth $150. It closes out at $250. 10 minutes, within 10 minutes after the auction closing, the buyer cancels their auction. All right, so it didn't really sell. It will still be in eBay's completed auctions as having sold for that price. And I've been hearing about sellers, comic books, Marvel Legends, Hot Toys, a lot of collectible items, trying to sell an item 3, 4, 5, 6 times and having somebody okey doke cancel the auction. I've also been hearing about sellers shill bidding their own auctions to drive market values up. It's happening on eBay a lot, and it's being overlooked.
One thing, if y'all can please, I know a bunch of y'all been here on the last one before we got cut off, but please hit the like button.
Okay.
I know, right? I'm asking you to hit the like button.
Oh, LJ is back.
Oh yeah, good. Okay, let's see. Who actually owned a sit-in? I always wanted a sit-in.
That's something that you want when you're like 5.
I wanted a sit-in.
It's made for little kids.
Yeah, but by the time it came out, I was too old and too big for it.
So it would be just sit and sit.
Yeah.
Basically.
Sit and get stuck.
Mr. Magnet, what's up? My favorite toy collecting pair. How you doing, Mr. Magnet?
Hey, Mr. Magnet. Yes, I pre-ordered the 3rd and 4th Doctor from Big Chief as well.
And that's the John Pertwee and the Tom Baker that I was talking about a little earlier. I wish they still made big wheels. Yeah, really.
How or what inspired the title of your channel?
And that's Rakeem, because I'm open when I damn feel like it. Open by chance.
He wants to open up a store called Open by Chance, and they'll never get people in there because he wouldn't want to go in there half the time. I can't afford toys anyways. They are getting expensive, but and I guess that's why they make so much of these reboots. And we talked about that.
Hello, Mike C.
Mike C. And they make all of these reboots because they want to get different price points. And then we were talking about the Hot Toys. And I think within collecting, you have like a I don't know what the right word is. Like when you have a car. Oh, you got some people, they got the Pinto, then we got the Ford Escort people, we got the Toyota, we got the Acura, and it keeps going up, up, up. Yeah. And I think it's the same in toy collecting. You got an
illusion of status.
Yeah, yeah. It's a status symbol. Oh, I only collect statues, but I get premium format or XM Studios, like Queen Studios. Yeah. And you get PCS Studio. PCS statues.
Not all of them, but there are some people that are very much have that attitude.
And you can kind of almost tell in their videos when you watch it.
You can feel the smugness.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I got this Optimus Prime from Prime One Studios, the deluxe edition, and it's been sitting in the corner for the last 3 months because I didn't have time to put it together. And it's like, dude, really, just put the thing together and so we can see what it looked like.
Yeah, and Gilgamesh says he bids on auctions in the last 3 seconds. Yeah, you got to snipe.
Yeah, and he's probably the one that always outbids me.
Oh no.
Yeah, that way I try it, but
Links, Metals, WWE figures, ones I seen, Macho Man cost $30.
They are getting up there. WWE figures.
03 Mills, thanks for always answering our questions. I love you guys. Please put it on your to-do list, a video about how to identify fake figures when buying. Thanks.
We just talked about that.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Well, I bought one, and it was a reproduction card, and we talked about that, but it wasn't a reproduction figure. But we talked about what would you rather have? Will you settle for reproduction, or do you want all original everything? Figure, card, accessories?
Because a lot of people are like 3D printing counterfeit pieces, and to me they're counterfeits. But if you're cool with it, you're cool with it. But I think they need to be clearly marked because a lot of people cannot tell the difference.
Yeah.
Distorted reality. Did you guys ever hear of a store back in the day called Gemco? You needed a membership card to get in. That does sound familiar, actually. Gemco, the name sounds familiar.
Nostalgia said he's so happy that I'm not a Star Wars superheroes fan. Yeah.
Any of these, any of the big franchises, any of the big 5 or 6 properties can be very difficult to keep up with. Fandom on the eBay snipers always get there to put the frown on my face.
Mr. Magic. Oh, Magnet. I said Mr. Magic. Mr. Magnet. Hello, is there any way you guys could send me your address so I can send my daughter? She needs mental health.
I don't think she's at the level of the people that we're working with.
She is.
Because it's like we're beyond even like over the cuckoo's nest level of mental health where we are.
Yeah,
they're very severe people.
Yeah, they're adults with mental disabilities
and physical,
but more mental than physical.
In most cases, we have a few that are like pretty much quadriplegic.
Yeah,
but also mentally ill. It's very hard, hard on them.
We deal with more mental than physical, but it is both.
Yeah. Patrick Peluso, hi Patrick. Hi, welcome aboard.
214 status, but I'm not a snob. I don't know what that means. Jughead. Maybe I missed something.
Yeah, Kaiser says I hate rich people rubbing in their toy setups. We have nothing wrong. Yeah, there's nothing wrong if you have a lot of money. It's cool, but not when you're using that to beat people over the head with it.
Or you put people down because, and I've seen this. Oh, you don't have good statues because you don't have premium format XM Queen Studio, and it's like, sometimes one, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it, but you don't put somebody down
because they don't have it.
Yeah, because they can't afford it.
What, you mean you couldn't get one?
Yeah. Oh. Well, I had that one and I just sold it so I can get this and blah, blah, blah.
And you see that with them statue collectors. They get 27 of them on pre-order and they have 5 that they're doing unboxings with, and they're reselling 8 other ones so they can make space for the ones that they just opened. It's like, what are you doing? It confuses me.
Robert, just a fan, said it bums him out that he can't find Blu-rays of The Mandalorian, WandaVision, I don't know what FWS or The Boys. Well, now you have to wait a while.
Yeah.
For them to come out with a few seasons.
For the box sets.
So probably wait a couple of seasons and they'll be out, because Cobra Kai is out seasons 1 and 2, and they already did season 3, and they're about to release season 4 in November. So, you have to wait a while. So give it a few seasons, about 2-3 more seasons.
Zom says, one thing I wish I had was a 3D printer to make figure stands. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. I want headstands, because we do have some statues, and they never give you a stand for the head. They give you 10 heads.
A little platform to set them on.
Something to set the heads on. And I seen somebody in one of their videos, and he had his heads on stands, and I asked him, where did you get the headstands? Never got an answer.
No.
So but I wish a company would, and it's probably hard to do because all of the heads aren't like universal or something, but it would be cool if when they make a statue or even an action figure that they give you a headstand, if they're going to give you 10 heads.
Yeah, I know there's very few that do it. MFA gives you a headstand.
I didn't get a headstand.
No, but they do now. They do it now, and sometimes Prime One does it.
Yeah, like a couple of times I've seen they had headstands.
Umi Kaboom! I just recently got an 88 shredder mint on the card. How do you tell if it's a soft head or a hard head? Look at this. Look at the size of the head. Usually, a soft head is a little bigger.
You can squeeze it through the package.
No, don't ever do that.
You pinch the size and you just start squeezing. And if it's squeezed, then it's.
And Shanoa Belmont. Hi, LPH. Hi, David. Hi, everybody. Hello, Shanoa. How are you doing?
I just bought the whole wave of all these.
And Anderson Gary has just joined us as well.
Hey, Anderson.
Gilgamesh helped out in special ed classes when he was in school. Working with people with disabilities teaches you patience. Sometimes, because because there are people that are in the field that shouldn't be there.
Yeah, it is people in the field, but if you got a good heart, you will learn patience. Because believe me,
if you got a good heart, you'll learn the patience. But there are people, to them it's just a job.
Yeah,
and they hate them, but
they do, and they treat them bad.
The state needs the help so bad they'll tolerate it.
Yeah, they'll kind of look the other way. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you, boy, my patience really got better working with some of these people, because the things that they do, the things that they say, and you're just sitting there like, oh my God, we're never gonna get this.
That's kind of what Robert Justafan is saying there. I wish I had your patience and stamina very hard doing a job like that without it affecting you. People might say you're nasty for not realizing it might have been the previous patients that affect you. Yeah. Jughead says, I have 214 statues, but I'm not a snob about it. Is what I meant. Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's a lot of statues.
Yeah, I want to see it. Do a tour
video.
Because I love statues, and I have a few, and
she has a handful.
And I got like 1 or 2 more on back order. You know, the one that I missed that I really want, and the only way I'll get it now is to win the lottery. That's my new thing. The only way I'll get some things now is to win the lottery. Is the Prime one had a
Raccoon Eyes. Happy weekend.
Oh, hey, Raccoon Eyes. Swamp Thing statue, and I missed out on it because I wasn't really into it when it came out.
Yeah.
And now I want it. But
you know what statue I'd like to get is Man Thing. I always like the Man Thing because, you know, you have to ask, who knows fear will burn at the touch of the Man Thing, or he who knows fear will burn at the touch of the Man Thing. I think is the phrasing, right? 03 Mills. So do you think that they will do Origins movies for multiple G.I. Joe characters? I'm sure they will milk the hell out of that if they can make the money.
I would like an actual G.I. Joe movie done right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's hard to please everybody.
Yeah. Origin stories, I guess, will be okay. And then you kind of bring it all together. Like, eventually you kind of bring it together, because sometimes it is good to know the backstory. But then nowadays, the way they're doing everything is kind of weird and creepy. So I don't know what figures that are out now. Do you think
it'll be worth something in the future? None of them. I wouldn't rely on that at all. Most of the pricing on modern stuff is hype, or it's artificial demand, and I'd be very careful trying to invest.
You know what I am surprised about, and I'm actually surprised about it. Let me see, when was it? Maybe about 5-6 years ago, Mattel came out with the 12-inch Masters of the Universe figures. And they're on this huge card, in the figure.
Yeah, they look like gentle giants.
Yeah, they're huge. And they are going for like $300.
Only the core characters, because, you know, like Man at Arms and Stratos and stuff, you could pick one up for like $50 on eBay.
Yeah, well, you're always going to have that. Yeah. And also, I'm surprised some of the Super 7 Masters of the Universe has gone up. And it took it a while. Because when they first came out, you know, they were at a steady, almost hovering around the original price. And they were like that for like the first year or two. But now, if you look it up, they're over 100. And I seen one of them. I can't remember which one it was. It was one of the He-Mans that was over $200.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's kind of iffy. And I think, you know, people on eBay and stuff kind of drive the prices. They mark it at a certain price to see how many people are willing to pay it.
Yeah.
I think that's what happens a lot.
Nostalgic for the 70s says, I try to focus on my core favorites to save money and control the size of my collection. Yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Because you can run out of money quick.
And then when you have a big line, and that's what I'm doing with Transformers, because I got into buying Transformers so late in the game. I only picked 4 characters, and those are the 4 characters that I buy. Because if you try to get the whole thing and you're this late in the game, you'll be out of money soon.
Gilgamesh says that one of the things he likes about McFarlane figures is it comes with a stand, and he wishes some of the other companies like NECA would pick up on that. that does help a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, when there's a stand. And deflects on, can you guys share your love story? You're seeing it right now. I don't know. I wouldn't know where to start. Honestly.
Well, last week we talked about how we met.
Yeah.
We met on a dating website.
Yeah.
And, you know, we met on the dating website. We talked on the computer email for a few weeks. And then we talked on the phone for a few weeks. And then we met. And he lived long distance. He lived in Kansas. I lived in here in Georgia. And once a month we would go see each other. He would come to Georgia. I would go to Kansas, and we would go back and forth like that until we got married. And that's basically how it went.
Basically, we just always got along.
Yeah. But then, you know, we were honest with each other at the front.
That's the key to it. Because when we first met, we laid it all out on the table. So there are no secrets.
Yeah.
There's nothing to hide.
We talked about things like, and this was my thing. If you become, like, if you run for president, what can somebody bring up that could ruin your life or your marriage?
You need to know now.
Those are the things that we talked about.
Yeah, because I had just, you know, I had been in an awful relationship. I had been in, you know, I already been screwed in a relationship, and I had not dated for a long time. I had purposely not been in a relationship for like 3 years almost, because you have to, there's a point by which you have to, no matter how bad the other person was, you were still with them. So what mistake was I making? I don't want to make that mistake again and end up in another bad relationship. Yeah. So I gave myself a long break. And so when we met, I was like, listen, you know, I don't ever want, my thing was, I don't ever want, because my ex was dirty, mean. I don't ever want her to be able to come up and say anything to you and you don't already know.
Yeah, and I was the same way. So I was like, okay, what's the worst thing I've done, said, been, wherever?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna tell you.
Get it all out.
Yeah, because you get it over with now, and then later on, you're not hiding that and always hiding it. If you see somebody in the street, you're sitting there like, God, I hope they don't say nothing. You know,
Yeah.
So you tell the person now, get it out in the open. If it don't work, okay, you only knew each other a month. So what? You didn't get no feelings in there.
And we're like this all the time. And I think that's one of the main reasons why. I mean, we don't fight, we don't argue, we don't cuss each other, none of that. And again, coming from a relationship where that was normal, and by contrast, it's outstanding. And I'm glad I took that break so that I wouldn't screw it up.
And then another big thing, and then we'll move on to these questions.
Yeah, because they're piling up here.
We tell each other what we don't like and what we do like.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they're like, oh, no, I'm not going to say I don't like that, because they might get mad. I don't like that. If I cook something and he don't like it, I say, how's the dinner? Oh, no, I don't like it. And I'm like, oh, okay, now I know what to do next time to make it better.
Instead of hiding it, because one secret leads to another.
Yeah. Then, you know, they're like, man, you were the worst cook for the last 10 years. It's like, if you had said something on the first month of our marriage, maybe the food would have got better.
Yeah,
you know, something like that.
Because that builds resentment.
It does.
Oh,
okay,
Robert's
master.
we are?
Yeah, we way up here.
Oh, okay.
Working here 12 years with people that you would call isolated made me rethink many of the concepts that I had as a Western doctor. Today, I look at all of my figures as a privilege of having them. Yep. I guess Raccoon Eyes had to go. She said, happy weekend, everyone. One thing I do like about okay.
Let me see. We're down here.
Any Diamond Select toys. I do.
Robert wants to know. Oh, I think that was in answer to another question that was on here. Robert wants to know, is any chance for another tour?
Yeah,
we might do another tour in the near future.
Mondo, Masters of the Universe, David actually collects. I don't. David has almost all of them except
for the Hordak. I did not get the Hordak.
And you didn't get the merman, the colorful merman.
I have the exclusive merman, but I don't have the Sofubi merman. Yeah. There's only 200 of those. So it's
So David has the Mondo Messenger.
And Zom says, "You guys are very appreciated. Have dealt with mental issues throughout my life. Could never do your job. It isn't. It's not easy, but
Yeah.
you know what I can say is about it. Honestly, because of their condition, I don't know that any of them even appreciate what I do or what we do. But at least they actually need the help.
Yeah.
So I'm fine knowing I'm helping someone who actually needs it.
And actually, and I know
if that makes any sense.
I know this sounds weird, but
Yeah.
it's the truth. You don't get appreciated by them at all. One time,
a lot of them aren't capable.
Yeah, one time I was helping this girl do something, and she genuinely said, "Oh, thank you." They genuinely don't know appreciation and all of that stuff, and I rather that than the fake appreciations.
Yeah.
So with them, you don't get the appreciations. Some of them say thank you, but you can tell it's rehearsed, it's been taught to them. But because you're just doing it and it needs to be done, they know they need the help. They know they do. And it just feels better. I know that probably don't make any sense because you got to kind of experience it to know what I'm saying. But because they're not looking for anything and they don't really know that they should be appreciative, it to me it just feels better because it's not fake when they say, "Oh, thank you."
It's a social cue that they were trained to say.
Yeah.
But they don't mean it.
Robert, just a fan. Oh no, Link says favorite. His favorite is the Island Earth.
Monster figures. He's Lynx is talking about the Diamond Select Universal Monsters. You have those, right?
I have those.
Yeah, she's got
those
that
are the Diamond
this
Select
Island
that
Earth
I have.
is the
Methuselah. What is it called?
That
starts with the M with the big head, the big brain head. I can't think of his name right now. I can't pronounce the name.
Mutoid or something like that. I forget the name.
I might see that Snake Eyes. I know they'll
mess it up as long as they don't SJW him, make him female or something. That's not Snake Eyes.
They don't tell origin story movies anymore. They make up new. Yeah, they
and do. You know what? When they do, it's a blockbuster. Like
Joker.
The first, and the first Iron Man. That was a really well done film. Or the first Captain America.
KL Collect is here. Okay, I scrolled down and it jumped up a lot.
Okay, Dragon of.
Hold on. We got to back up.
It's moving too much.
Okay.
Kano Collectibles.
Yeah, he just came in.
Okay,
he's saying hello. Hey,
Drago F80. What's up, guys? Always enjoy the show. It's funny for some reason. My 12-month-old Diego laughs when David smiles. Okay.
Unabomb. I found
Umi Kaboom.
Oh, okay. I said Unabomber.
Robot Chicken. Yeah, because Robot Chicken used vintage toys in stop motion photography.
Chaotic Doom.
Wheels of Chaotic Doom. Hello to both of you. Sorry I'm late. That's all right because we were on twice because for those of you who are just tuning in, we were on the live stream and there was a power blip from a thunder strike and it took us 5-10 minutes to get back on.
Edwin is sitting in the parking lot at the grocery store. Don't let your ice cream melt.
Yeah, I know. Edwin, you see back here, you see the Robbie the Robot. Where am I? Robbie the Robot and these turtles are from Edwin.
Yeah.
He sent it to our P.O. box. Sometimes that happens.
Just unboxed a box of 12 Mad magazines from the 60s. I would like to get all of them up to the 90s. Okay. I remember Mad magazine. My brother actually used to get it. I don't think he subscribed to it.
Mad,
but he used to get it.
And who remembers Sick?
Who remembers Highlight magazine?
I remember. I used to those were always in the doctor's office or the dentist's office, but Highlights was cool, and it's not the same anymore. It's changed so much.
Very weird Transformer toy figures. I think we missed something.
Oh, he's probably talking about the stuff that he likes, I think.
Oh, okay.
And Johnny Future, I used to have Mad 1 and 2. You need him back. It's going to be harder.
Yeah. Okay, it jumped again. because I was about
Oh,
to read
Brandy, Kentucky Mud, the new Candyman movie is a different storyline from the original.
Oh, really? They
There's
made a new Candyman?
Oh, Mike has to go.
Mike has to
Mike is going.
go.
Mike,
Bye,
see.
Mike.
Okay, Mike.
Okay. Ocean's Razor. Hi, guys. Just came up on a score. Oh, you got a score. Big Boy, Cobra Commander, Flint, Sergeant Slaughter, Zartan with earrings, Hawk, all complete. Wow, that's a good one.
Loose figures?
It got to be loose for $150.
Yeah, I know. Loose complete or?
Wow, that's a good score.
Jughead Red Madden cracked. Yeah, I used to.
49 people, please hit the like button. Yeah, like.
Oh, Master Maniac says it makes full sense and sense is so rare that people do a job with a passion it's necessary that doesn't get you recommendation and 1,000 likes a day. Said it last time, said it now. My respect to you both. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate that.
First, I have download Instagram.
I think that's an inside little talk.
Oh, a little inside joke.
Yeah.
Are you guys planning to watch any new DVDs this week?
No, we're still on our current list.
We're still on our current list because we're watching different shows a day, and when one is over, we start a new one.
A new series.
Now on Sundays, we usually watch a movie, and we're going to watch that Tomorrow World. That's on Amazon.
Okay.
So, I want to see that. And that's on Amazon right now. It's supposed to be really good. So I'm not going to say I'm excited, but we're going to watch that tomorrow and probably another movie. So I'm not sure.
Occam's Razor clarifies that they're loose complete, but no paint wear or elbow cracks. That's cool, though.
Yeah, that's great. Good. Yeah.
That is great.
David collect loose complete GI Joe
Yeah, loose
figures.
complete or carded and boxed. And Deflexon says you should collab with Gem Mint Collectibles. We've seen a few of his videos. Yeah,
we watched some of his videos. He has some nice statues and the omnibus, and he did that. He did a video showing that new Maja case with the turntable on the inside. I really like that.
Jump way up there. We do try to keep up with the thing, but it scrolls pretty quickly here.
Two old guys talking.
Just came back from theater. Black Widow was great. Lie! It's a lie!
You're the only person.
The only person tonight that was not disappointed. If you're telling the truth. Kaiser Kaiju, would you be cool with me trying to make customs of you guys? You mean action figures?
Oh, that'll be so cool. Make sure my hair is nice and straight. And my hair doesn't look crazy. But yeah, that'd be cool.
Edwin sees it. Did you put batteries in the Hall of Justice and played it? Yeah, it's Ted Knight's voice. Ted Knight used to do the voiceover on the Justice League, the Super Friends. Super Friends. Couldn't think of the name.
Robert, just a fan. I want to buy a DVD, In Search of Darkness, all the greatest horror movies. I think they are a sci-fi one. I recently just found an old Mad magazine from '85 at my grandmother's house a few weeks ago. I had a bit of stuff in storage there, and I'd forgotten about a good chunk of it. Made me happy to find it. Good. Awesome box set you guys have.
Yeah, Link's awesome DVD box sets you guys have. Yeah, I've got a lot of TV box sets. They're not in this room, though.
Yeah, and I bought a bunch because we figured out, and we talked about it before, because it's so hard to find halfway decent shows on TV, we just bought our favorite shows that's on box sets, and then we'll just go back and rewatch it. And then when you have it on DVD, you always have it, as long as you got a DVD player.
Gilgamesh wants to know any knockoff figures that you like. I don't have them, but those Polish Star Wars figures, because they're probably some of the best knockoffs ever done.
I like those Transformer ones too, and I've been looking at it and thinking about getting. It's two of them I want. There's a Megatron one and the Optimus Prime one that I want. I've been thinking about getting it, just never pull the trigger on it.
Umi Kaboom, are you into the old Jurassic Park figures? I used to have the whole series. I used to have the original series of Jurassic Park figures. And Rakeem wants to know what shirt I'm wearing. See?
It's a National Guard T-shirt.
Yeah, it's a military shirt.
It's from one of the events that my unit had. What, 2016? It
I
says
don't
on there.
remember. 20,
Oh,
2010.
2010. Yeah, it's an event that we had, and that was the shirt that they gave us.
Okay.
Are you too into old? Oh yeah, you read that.
Yeah.
Put Chad on slow mo. Can you do that?
I don't know.
Look
We're
up
all,
there, the thing.
we're all right.
Right there. Oh, it's over.
That's
No, right
that's
there.
something
Right
else.
there.
I don't want to mess with this too
Oh
much.
yeah, then we'll mess up something.
Yeah, I know.
We'll
And
play
then we'll
with
be in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Oh, Raccoon Eye says that Hallmark has a Newcastle Grayskull ornament
coming out.
Oh, okay, I'll look for it because I've seen the Skeletor and the He-Man one online. So I was thinking about getting it because I have a few.
Links 595 wants to know if we have any mangas. Very few. I've got some of the Dragon Ball Z and some stuff like that, but I don't really have a lot of that.
Oh, okay.
And Occam's has carded Joes and star cases and boxed Zartan. Oh, that's a tough one to find now. A loose and snapper cases in the peg wall looks sharp as well. Yeah, it does. And 03 Mills, has anyone ever did a large X-Files collectible line? I don't know.
I don't know if X-Files has been done. I'm pretty sure it has.
Edwin has to take off. He's going to drive.
Okay. See ya.
Dama, I saw you send your comics to CGC, but I don't see you using AFA or CAS. Any reason why you don't grade your figures? I'm not really into that so much. With the grading of the figures, I think it's way overpriced, especially the shipping. And I think it's forced on the industry. Also, I've noticed that the toy grading makes far more mistakes than do the comic grading. And there's a lot of mistakes in the comic grading. You just never hear about it. But I think it's really forced on the industry right now. And I'm not in the mood to have like gigantic like cases for all of my figures. I'm happy enough if I can get it in a clamshell or something like that. I'm just not into. I do it with the comic books because it looks like, you know, you can hang it on the wall, whatever, if you get it graded, if you want to do that. But I'm not really into that so much with the action figures.
And then Robert says, what's the difference between manga and anime?
Oh, manga is the books.
Oh, okay.
Is the book series, and then anime is when you put it in action.
Oh, like the cartoon.
You make it animated.
Oh, okay.
And back in the day, you know, they used to call it Japanimation. When I was first going to conventions and stuff in the 80s and 90s, it was Japanimation. I don't even remember when anime, the term, came up.
Distorted Reality, rest in peace, Richard Dahmer, who once directed a adventure series called Danger Island, which appeared in the Banana Splits Adventure Hour and starred a very young Jan Michael Vincent.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And it was Jughead saying there.
Okay, hold on. I got to scoot it up to slow it down.
The Polish, yeah. Lost it again. The Polish Star Wars knockoffs with the calculator on the card. Yeah, that's right. And what military branch?
Army.
Army.
Yeah, I was in the Army. Justice Curry beat me to a Terrordome box last summer. David has been looking for a Terrordome.
It doesn't have to be in the box. I just want a loose, complete one.
Yeah, he wants it complete and all of that. So every time we go to a show, he looks at like 5 of them because they always have it, but it's always something wrong with it.
And some people have chimed in that it was McFarlane Toys did X-File figures.
Okay.
I'm not a big on McFarlane figures, so I don't know a lot of the stuff that he's done.
You ever buy comics from Kickstarter or
Indiegogo's? And that's Two Old Geeks. No, I don't have any stuff like that. No modern comics.
Oh, I bought one. It's called Judas.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I was in a comic shop, comic/toy shop, and this guy had told me about it, and he recommended it. And I looked for it, and I bought it, and I read it, and it's the story of Judas, the disciple of Jesus, and his take on everything that went down. And I read it, and it's actually a pretty interesting story. It was a little omnibus, because I think it was only like 4 editions, and it's actually pretty good. And so that's the only one though. everything else is pretty mainstream.
Yeah, Nate P in the 513, anytime he brings up like magazines from the 80s or 90s, like Mad Cracked or Fangoria, younger folks look at him like something's grown out of his forehead. I don't know what you're talking about. People don't even read magazines anymore.
No.
Robert remembers the old Banana Splits, Hanna-Barbera, Three Musketeers. Yeah, that's right. Banana Splits was a thing. I remember the Banana Splits fondly.
Hold on. Johnny Future said if you could meet an actor, actress from the 70s, who would you want to meet most?
Oh.
From the 70s?
I don't know.
I don't know. Probably David Banner. Bill Bixby.
Oh, Bill Bixby. Yeah.
I can't think of anybody.
He's
Mr.
gone.
Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't an actor. Well, but yeah, I guess he probably was. Do you guys sell as well? David does.
Mercari, eBay, which one do you prefer? eBay seems to be taxing sellers these days. They are taxing.
Everybody does, even Mercari.
I sell occasionally, and they tax because it's a new federal law.
Yeah.
Most states are able to collect sales tax now through those sales, even on international sales. I haven't sold on Mercari, but I have sold on eBay before. Whoa. This is what Alchemist. Oh, that was the one.
Yeah.
Brandon, God help us if they make a classified Terror Dome. Yeah, I know it'll be expensive as hell.
They're gonna send it to HasLab. I know Hasbro don't make that, right? Or do they?
Oh. Yeah, they could.
Oh yeah,
they could do it. They do Star Wars stuff, but it's crazy expensive.
Yeah, and then they send it to HasLab, and then you got to pay into it and do all this weird stuff. And they can do all of the play sets like that.
Yeah. Fabio Carmola, hi guys. It's good to see you again. Hello, Fabio. How are you doing?
Fabio from the 80s, the actor, the model.
Links 595. You guys check out the Turtles Forever movie.
No,
Turtles
I never
Forever?
heard of it.
Oh, and Zom, you've seen the modern prices of magazines. Yeah, they are expensive now. Way up there. Robert's Just a Fan says Lee Majors, Lindsay Wagner, Carol Burnett, Linda Carter. Yeah, Lee Majors would be interesting because he actually started as a stuntman, and that's where he got the premise for Fall Guy from.
Fall Guy was good. I like Vincent Price. If I can meet him, I think seemed like he was a cool stand-up guy. You know, like he'll be fun to talk to.
And they want to know if I saw that the classifieds for sale on Target this week. No, I didn't.
Everybody asked you that.
Yeah, because I kind of like I was so distraught from trying to find them, I just kind of gave up. But no, I didn't go running after that.
Chaotic Doom. He's waiting for a classified flag.
Robert the Timekeeper said Burt Reynolds. Yeah, that might be interesting. He was funny in interviews.
What was the movie we saw him in?
Deliverance.
Deliverance was good. I liked him in that. With Super 7, and we talked about that because they have that license now. They might make a lot of those play sets. But like I said, it's going to be huge if they do.
Yeah. Here's a question.
Okay.
And I have this written down here. What do you think about people who watch a video just so they can trash it and they don't even care about it? Now, the one of the discussion videos we just did was, what do you like better, the hunt or actually having the item? If you've seen that video, right? Now, this person leaves a comment. Now, listen to this.
Oh, he wrote it down.
Yeah, I wrote it down. It says, what's even better than both of them is having all the money wasted buying toys. How many new cars or motorcycles or money in the bank collectors could have instead of worthless plastic? And I'm saying to myself, you knew what you were getting into when you came into this. You looked at this video, even from the title, you know what it's about. Why would you waste your time watching the video just so that you could leave a comment like that? And I wonder about people like that. It was like, how miserable and lonely are you that that you're gonna find something that you know you're not gonna like so that you can comment about it? That's incredible.
But I mean, people do that because I've seen other videos, and it tells you in the topic, in the heading, what this video is, and then they're gonna watch it and say all kind of dumb things. It's like, why did you even bother?
And what do
Why
you
did you
care?
waste your time?
And these, it tells you a sign of the times too. I'm betting this is a younger person because these are status symbol things. You could have fancy cars and a fancy motorcycle. Maybe I don't want one.
That's
Maybe,
still a lot of money,
yeah,
and it's
it's still
more
a
money
ton of-
than the action
It's a
figures.
lot more money. It's like, and it's something that's going to depreciate immediately.
Mhm.
It depreciates the moment you drive it off the lot. Maybe I don't want a motorcycle. You ever think of that? Maybe I don't need a big fancy car.
Chaotic Doom. I was grocery shopping a couple of years back, and I bumped into the original basis. Wow, for AC/DC, I was beside myself. I'm a total fanboy, speechless.
I bumped into the lead singer of the Cars.
Oh, you told me about that.
And Jay Billner and Sons, yeah.
I never met a.
Well, it was funny because he was. I worked at Jay Billner and Sons, and he actually walked right into me, literally. Like I was doing something on the shelf, and then somebody bumps into me, and I looked, and he goes, "Oh man, I'm so sorry, I didn't even see you there." And I'm like, okay, no problem, And I didn't recognize him, honestly. But then this herd of people comes creeping around the corner real slow, like 20 people in a clump. And they're like, "Did you see him? What did he say to you?" Because they heard him talking. And he said, "Excuse me, what are you doing?" And they're like, "Don't you know who that is?" No. No, I didn't recognize him at all. But I'm huge on that. I'm not going to go to pieces when I meet somebody, I don't think.
Why you don't fall out on the ground and scream and everything?
Why?
No. Robert, just a fan. I remember meeting Christopher Reeves at a hotel I was working. Was awestruck. It was so cool. It was before the accident.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Zombie met a very lovely Farrah Fawcett on a flight to Phoenix back in the day. Still argue with my mom that she was with Lee Majors. But back to what you were saying about people that those people are miserable. It's like you're so miserable that you want to harass somebody else and take away what they have and what they find pleasure and what they find joy in. And it's like, leave people alone.
Yeah, some people want to steal your joy. They see that you're enjoying something and they're not happy, so they want to try to steal some of your joy, even though they'll gain nothing from it.
Yeah, and it's like, what do you care what I spend my money on and how much I spend for it?
Are you contributing?
Yeah, you're not contributing, and my funds don't affect you in any way. So, Robert, just a fan. I got rid of everything toy-wise when I joined the military, thinking need to be an adult, but being an adult sucks. Ended up buying everything again after I was a civilian. Yep, Johnny Future, misery loves company.
Yeah, it does.
But there's no misery here with this channel. Thanks.
Thanks.
We try to keep it positive and upbeat
we do.
and
It's
happy.
Important.
We honest about things. If something that we don't like, we say it, but not in a way to destroy somebody else's hopes and dreams.
That's why people get upset with me on some of my reviews. If I have a modern figure, like a Mezco figure or a Hot Toys figure, or something that I do a modern unboxing of, and I'm like, you know what, this is really cool, but this I don't like. And then people get so mad that I have the nerve, because a lot of it is almost cultish. You can do no wrong if you're like a hardcore Mezco collector. They're all perfect, damn it. And if you say anything wrong about one of them, they go absolutely to pieces, because I think a lot of people, they feel like they need to justify that they're so invested in something that's not perfect, because none of them are perfect. Some figures are really good and some they're just disappointing, like the movie version Aquaman Mezco, very disappointing figure. But then their Nosferatu, probably one of the best figures they've done. I really like the Nosferatu, but I'm going to give an honest account. Nobody's paying me to do reviews, and if they were, I'd lose the job, because I still would be honest about it, I think. Yeah, he's hogging the spotlight. Yeah, this is Crumb.
Robert Perez is here. Hey, Robert.
Hi, Robert.
The #1 realty agent in the world. He sells those $1 million homes.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, he got a big clientele. Hogging the spotlight, that's all he does.
Yeah, this is Crumb, and he's one of the strays. This is the one, if you don't know the story, that I walked into the kitchen one day. She was at work and I was at home. I was staying home because of something. Somebody was supposed to be coming to the house and I had to be here. But he was sprawled out on the kitchen floor, like taking a nap. And I'm like, who in the hell is this? And I took a picture and sent it to her and I said, who's this? And she was like, I don't know. Where'd the cat come from? And he just never left. And there's another stray in the house and she's around somewhere. But she was wandering around in the woods behind the house for a couple of years. And then one day decided to come in and hasn't left. But she was homeless for a long time, poor thing.
Dama said, when you buy modern stuff, do you find yourself opening them for display and not caring about keeping it in the box or on the card?
No. It depends. You know, like Mezco and 6 scale figures, 12 scale figures, I'll open them up and display them. If it's something, you know, like I have my G.I. Joe classifieds, I haven't opened them. It's stuff like that. Modern stuff I'm not as hung up on as keeping sealed as vintage. If I figure if you get a vintage piece that's been sealed for the last 40 years, it's earned staying sealed because you're not going to find another one. They're so rare. Are you tired?
Razor says that the Mezco Destro look a little funny with that grinning skull.
Yeah, but he had facial expressions in the cartoon, and I think that's what they were going for.
And he's curious to see what Super 7's going to do.
Yeah, we're waiting to see. It should be on the 15th. They're going to announce that.
Yeah, Chaotic Doom. Both of you are a joy to watch. Yeah, joy to watch. There's a lot of collectors who are fanatical and obsessed to the point of cultish.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about because I do reviews on stuff. And if I say something negative, they get there are a handful of people that get so angry. But am I wrong? They agree with what I had to say and then get mad at me for having said it. That's the thing. You should realize how fragile that particular part is. How dare you bring it up? Because it's fragile. You know, you see what I mean? Yeah, if you're going to invest in something like that, you deserve to know. What's funny?
Master Mexico just mentioning the first civilized discussion about politics coming to comics and toys I have seen so far on any network just has happened here. All said without hate or despite. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody want to hear all that? David and LPH don't own Crumb. Yeah, he does.
Well, he's not.
And he's always messing around and getting in the way.
I don't think of him in terms. I don't think of him in terms of a pet. He's like a cat friend, you know. Because when you look in terms of ownership, when you're someone who has a cat or a dog or whatever, and you think in terms of ownership, this is a pet. I own this cat. I own this dog. That's how so many of them end up out here in the woods dead, because people. I own it. I don't want it anymore. Here, I'm going to go dump it in the woods. It'll be fine. No, it won't. It'll be dead in a couple of days. And we find strays or demised cats and dogs all the time. It's not cool.
Raccoon Eyes wants to know if Netflix asked us to be on Toys That Made Us. Will we do it? I don't know. I think so.
Yeah, it might be fun as long as they don't force us to script.
Yeah, make us say something that we don't want to say and be all like weird.
Yeah.
And get that check, then maybe I can get that Swamp Thing statue. Oh, somebody said they had the Swamp Thing and the Man Thing statue. I couldn't remember who said that. I want to say it was Gilgamesh, I think, but I'm not sure. There's horrible toy YouTubers I've seen on here.
But I've seen great ones too.
Yeah. You and that's with everything. You have your mix, you know. Tell it like it is, David.
If anyone gets up about it, then tough, they'll live.
Yeah, they will.
They'll live.
I'm glad y'all aren't fanboys. I've watched several channels where it seems like their videos is just an infomercial. I appreciate the realism. Yeah.
LJ says, that's sweet. I'll just drop off all 5 of the cats on your street. No,
No,
there's
don't
too
do
many.
that. Because it's one that sleeps on the back porch now that he's outside.
No,
It's
I know there's
raining.
already between, I mean, because the 2 that are in here are already strays, and that's too many
And all they do is
personalities.
fight.
They stand off. It's not a real fight. They have their little daily standoff where they're like, okay, you know what, buddy, I'm tolerating you.
Yeah, and then they
Kinda.
block the door so the
Yeah.
other one won't get by.
Yeah.
They block the food bowl.
This
They
one,
block the water
will
bowl.
stand in the doorway, and every time the other one tries to come by, he'll raise one paw, and then put it down and raise the other one, and then put it down and raise the same paw again, and then turn his head sideways, and she'll back up, and they have these little
Jughead has
standoffs.
those statues. He got the Swamp Thing and the Man Thing. Okay, I know I saw somebody said that
Yeah.
they had it. That's cool. That's real cool. I really want that Swamp Thing. And again, it'll take the lottery for me to get it. Robert just a fan. Have you ever read the Alan Moore run? Yes.
She's got it. That's those 2 omnibus I just gave you.
I just got it. I'm already reading one because I have a couple. So that one is actually the next one in line. I'm on the Masters of the Universe.
The dailies.
Yeah, newspaper script.
Which is actually surprisingly good.
It is. It's really good. But I do have the omnibus of the Alan Moore Swamp Thing. David bought it for me, so I'm going to be reading that next. So yeah, I have that.
LJ says he has 5. They took in mostly 2 want to be outside. Yeah, because we got 2 in the house, 1 on the porch, and then there's 3 others wandering around back there.
Yeah,
but they
come and eat.
Yeah, they come and eat, and then they bolt.
Oceans Razor says you guys are legitimate collectors. You post from your passion, not for profit. I like you guys. Plus, you're funny sometimes as well. Thank you.
Nate P.
Oh, Nate P. No, you cannot engage with internet trolls.
They're trolling and get what they want anytime they get mentioned, and I'm sure life is just raining cars and motorcycles on that guy. Sure, yeah, I know. Multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
Jesse, say what?
Oh, he's here.
Yes. Hello, Jesse.
Hey, Jesse. Say what?
Robert had a cat that would bring in dead mice. Fortunately, none of them do that here. But these 2 stay in the house. And the one on the porch, if he found a mouse, he'd probably just eat it out
there. Something movie was good, but I think I've heard that the 82 Swamp Thing movie was really good. I don't have it, but I do want to see it. So I've been told that, so I might actually go out and look for it.
Kaiser wants to know when there's a cat review video. Actually, people have asked me to explain the story of the cats in a video on this channel. Oh, really? Yeah, I have a bunch of people have asked me about it, especially the female because of her foot. She's got one deformed leg because it was broken, and the break, well, for best estimate, was probably like 2 years ago. So she was in the wild with a broken leg, and it didn't heal right. And so her paws are twisted, and her paws are like this when she walks. Yeah. And it zigzags. You can actually see how it's like twisted up. So she's hurt. She won't even jump on anything higher than the bed because jumping down from things is hard for her.
Jughead says he don't think he has the Swamp Thing I'm talking about. He has a sideshow. Yeah, I was talking about the premium format, but I did see the sideshow one, and that one is nice too. So yeah, I saw that. And Flex one, what is it? Flex Tone. I have the Looney's ringtone. Yeah, I downloaded that's her. There's a Marvel's Man Thing movie on Tubi from 2015. Never heard of it.
No, I didn't see it.
No, we have Tubi.
How do you do? You'd have to really have some good story writing to get Man Thing right because he does not speak.
Oh, he doesn't?
No, he doesn't speak.
Now, saying that made me think, because I've had this conversation with David, like the Alien versus Predator. They came out with that movie some years back. I don't know what year it was, but it was in the 2000s. I wish they did that movie without people. And I think they could actually pull it off if they did, like, the aliens and the predators come together like once a year for a fight. I think that would actually be interesting. Or if they were doing something and came upon a planet, and both of them were there at the same time, and then they had a fight. Something like that. Because the movie, I don't. The Alien versus Predator movie was just okay, but when the alien and the predator were together fighting, I think that was the better part of the movie.
Of course.
And I think they could pull it off even without any voices, and they can put subtitles. People
they could put subtitles, and then they need to get back to basics because their last attempt at the franchise was a disaster.
Yeah, it was, and we started watching that movie and we cut it off maybe if it was even 15 minutes.
Yeah. Two Old Geek says cats and collectibles rarely go together. Yeah, they don't go down. Well, the female goes downstairs.
The male doesn't, because he broke Evelyn's hand.
But the female, she can go downstairs because she will not jump up on anything because of her leg.
Kaboom says, do you guys have a toy museum in your house? And then Johnny Future responded, they don't have a museum in their house. They have a house in their museum. That's about right.
Umi wasn't sure if it was in the house or in a different building.
No, it's in the house.
It's connected to the house.
It has to be.
And Gilgamesh agrees AVP would have been better without people.
I think it would have been. And I think they can do that again. Like I said, either they come together and have an agreement that they're going to have like a fight once a year,
which was the premise. Because that location was for training for them.
Yeah.
It was like a summer camp. Here, Elder Predator bringing some of the kids to practice hunting aliens, is kind of what that was supposed to be.
I think it would come off well, and I think it would come off really well because there's no people in it to kind of
even the
mess
Predator
it up.
version where they kidnapped people and brought them to the training planet wasn't so bad.
Where they were like locked up in that like building.
No. That was the one you're thinking, AVP. But the other one where people woke up in the jungle and they didn't know how they got there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't so bad either. And what was that question? Deflex on, are you guys into tokusatsu? No, we don't do that.
I don't know what that means.
Wheels of Chaotic Doom, the last Predator film, was complete garbage. Yeah, it was. It was adolescent trash. It was, it was like if you were 12, you would have thought it was cool.
Robert is a fan. The only thing I love about original AVP was seeing Lance Bishop.
Yeah. He's a good actor. He's got a good voice, too. Shinoa Belmont. I like the lady teaming up with the Predator, kind of similar to Mashinko Noguchi from the comics. I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah. Did you guys do anything
for the 4th of July? Not really.
No. We were on the live stream.
Were we? Was that the 4th?
What day was that? No, that was actually on the 3rd.
Yeah, we were on the...
Never mind.
Yeah, we didn't go anywhere.
No, we went to see my parents. We went to see my parents on the 4th of July.
That's right. We drove up there.
Yeah.
Thor Anacosta. Do you think Marvel Legends Taskmaster is better than the Diamond Select version? I don't know. I mean, I think Legends in general are better than the Diamond Select figures, unless it's an oversized figures, because some of the Diamond Select really big ones like Juggernaut and stuff like that are pretty cool.
How did Adrian Brody become the main guy in Predators? He's not even a tough guy.
And that's Master Hoarder.
Master Hoarder, original Predator.
I don't know. Wrote
the script from that movie. I don't know. I like the Predator movies though. I think when did it come out, in the 80s or 90s?
Which one?
The Predators.
The original Predator was the 80s film.
Okay, the 80s film. I like them then, and then they started redoing it, and I think they were okay. But then they kind of ventured off, especially that last one. It just went kind of sideways.
MC Reality says as a veteran, he can guarantee you that my freedom of speech is 100% valid. It should be, but we are on YouTube, so be careful.
Yeah, because they'll block you and they'll suspend you for 2 weeks to a month and all kinds of stuff. Who knows? Joe Fest, you stated in the video there was not a lot of 60s and 70s Joe. Do you think that is a dying version of yeah?
Well, no, no, it depends on which one you go into because it's split in two. Joe Fest
Go
is
somewhere and sit
connected
down.
with Toylanta. If you want 60s and 70s Joes, some of which are way up there in value, 60s and 70s Joes, you go to Toylanta Joe Fest. If you want a raw era stuff, you go to just Joe Fest. For some reason, they don't cross over very well. But if you're heavy into 60s and 70s Joes and even Super Joe and stuff like that, Toylanta will have a lot of that. But then for some reason, just the regular Joe Fest has mostly a raw, and I don't understand why they don't mix it up more. I don't get it.
They have a GI Joe fest in I want to say Kentucky.
Yeah.
They have a big something there. Let's see, Chaotic Doom, Predator, and Predator 2 are the only Predator films I own. Everything after that just don't cut it. Yeah, the first and the second one were pretty good, and then it started trickling off after that.
Because they get further away from the core story if you try to do something different with it instead of sticking to formula, and that's where you get confused. The only transition that worked was the original, like Aliens, for example. The original Aliens film was actually a horror film, but then the second film was an action film because the Space Marines were in it and all kinds of craziness. So it wasn't really a horror film anymore. But the further, and that was a good transition. But again, they kept getting further away from it, and it got weirder and weirder as the franchise went on.
But wasn't the first Predator like a horror film?
No,
it was. I wouldn't call
it. You could kind of
like a
tie
thriller.
that in. Yeah, it's more of a thriller, but I wouldn't quite call it a horror film because it was a lot of action.
It was a lot of action in it, but it was a lot of action. Not as much in the Aliens, I guess.
I don't know.
It kind of straddled the fence. Robert, just a fan, wants to see a Batman versus Predator movie.
They had the comic.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Deflects on how long have you been collecting? Well, I've been off and on since the late 80s.
I started collecting in 2016.
And Umi Kaboom, what are some of the lesser known toy lines that you guys collect? Mark's Safari, Durham figures, which most people don't even know what that is. Product People, which is advertising icon stuff from the 70s. Or I had just shown also here the Ideal. Earlier I showed this, the Ideal Mr. Rogers, which almost doesn't exist. There's some pretty obscure lines out there. I've got a finger in a few little pies there.
For me, I have Bernstein Bear.
Yeah, she's got the Berenstain Bears figures.
And Raggedy Ann and Andy.
Raggedy and Knickerbocker, Raggedy Ann and Andy action figures. That's right. And no one knows they exist.
And Bernstein Bears are the McDonald's toy. But they did have a Knickerbocker, and I've only seen the brother. They come 12 inches in a box. Yeah. I've only ever seen the brother. But I'm guessing they have 4 of them, but that's the only obscure. Everything else is pretty much known, the stuff that I have.
Oh yeah, Occam's Razor, Game Over Man, R.I.P. Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton, who the claim to fame is the only actor killed by an alien, a predator, and what was the other one?
eBay is trying to sell me something.
An alien. Who knows the other one? Because there's actually 4, not 3, but he only gets credit for 3. It was he was killed by an alien, he was killed by a predator, and who? Somebody knows.
Yeah, somebody knows. I don't.
And then if you can tell me the 3rd one, I'll tell you the 4th one that nobody knows about.
Oh boy, here we go with that. Let's see. LJ said he was collecting since '82. Hamlet. I'm embarrassed to say the completely for no kids mega construct Masters of the Universe really plucks at my heartstrings. Hey, if you like it, you like it. Get it. Make up a nice little display. Maybe it'll look real good once you put it all together. I just don't like figures that small.
Yeah.
So I ain't trying to get on that.
William is back.
Where you see William at?
William Randall.
Oh
is
yeah,
back.
he's back. Kaboom! I have a suitcase full of kids' Happy Meal toys from the 80s till the 2000s. Yeah. I remember when Happy Meal toys was a big thing, and on the
I remember when they were
commercial.
actually toys.
Well, yeah, but they got Funko Pops in there now.
Ugh,
That's what's in there now,
something
or
like that,
something
yeah.
that looked like Funko Pops. But I remember when they were a big thing, and on the commercials, they would tell you what was going to be in it. And I remember I worked at McDonald's, and one of the jobs when you worked at the booth was to put the bags together. So Happy Meal toys and also Burger King toys were big deals. Now they're nothing. Razor, I just got some Matchbox Thunderbirds. That's a big. That's a
Thunderbox are
dead
awesome.
one.
Thunderbirds are awesome. Oh, it was Terminator. Okay, so Billy Paxton. That's right. He was one of the punks in the first film.
Oh, he said that before. That Robert.
Yeah.
No, Robert just a fan talking about. There's a Bernstein Bears movie with Christopher Walken. He said that last week. I gotta get my pen.
And so Billy Paxton was killed by the Terminator. He was killed by an alien, and he was killed by a predator. He was also killed by an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. from the Avengers. He was a villain on the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. television show franchise, and he died by the hands of Agent Smith. So that's 4 times, but he only gets credit for 3 for some reason.
I wonder how they did a Bernstein Bears movie. Now I do have the DVD set of the TV show, and they could have did a movie within that, like the Bernstein Bears movie, like Christmas or Halloween special or something like that.
Yeah. And William remembers when cereal toys were a big thing. Yeah, cereal boxes used to have pretty cool stuff, or you could take the box top and mail away for something really cool. And Deflexon, it says, does Hot Toys ever re-release certain figures?
I wish they would.
They do, actually. And when they do, it kills the value on the original one. People complain about it when they do it, but they do that.
How do you feel about re-releases like that?
I don't know. I mean,
you guys too. How do you feel about?
I'm kind of on the fence about it, because it's like, on the one hand, it can make it easier to get one that you might have missed.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I think it should be marked that there is a difference between the fact, okay, this was a re-release and that's the original. At least even changing all the dates or something like that.
Yeah, because I kind of wish that they would, because because I came late in the game in collecting. So there are figures out there like the 89 Batman series, Batman, Joker. I would love. To find it now is like
it's expensive.
$600-700. So I would love to see a re-release on that stuff. And there's a couple of others that I would like to see. Hold on, there was some.
And a re-release, and one that I wanted to get was the Hot Toys 66 Batman and Robin. I'd like to have that set myself.
Perez said, what you guys think about the new Funko Pop horror line, like the Jaws, the 10-inch Michael Myers new pop designs.
Oh yeah.
At least, right? Yeah. I have a bunch of the horror lines because I did like that. But the new stuff I'm not gonna get. Now with my Funko, I only get like stuff that truly pulls at me, like that Boys to Men line or the Dream Team.
Boys to Men. It's not even the original Boys to Men. It's like it's like midlife crisis Boys to Men.
It's the original without Michael.
It's men to old men now. Okay?
Anyway, Franco is 60 years old. I soon to be 61, longtime collector artist, Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Have you guys ever been to Brimfield? David is from Massachusetts. He's from Boston, actually. So I don't know about Brimfield. I don't know where Brimfield is.
I don't think I have.
But he's from Boston.
Yeah, I'm from Massachusetts originally. I grew up in Massachusetts.
Johnny Feature said, "Do you remember when Cracker Jack toys were actually worth playing with?" Yeah.
Yeah, when they were actually toys instead of like
stickers,
online codes that they put in there now.
Well, it went from toys to stickers, and then they had the stickers, and then they had the tattoos. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Bill Paxton was also killed by a neighbor in the HBO's Big Love. Oh, Big. Okay. HBO's Big Love turned into an alien in Weird Science. Wow.
Oh, okay.
The 3 times in my childhood I could convince my mother to buy me a junior bag with a toy in it made these toys really special to me. Still love when and always would look out for them. Okay. Sounds like Funko re-releases. Yeah, Funko re-releases a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they do. And like I said, when they do re-release, everybody says, "Hey, I missed this." But then when they do the re-release, those same people bitch and moan about it because they're like, "Oh, now the value is dead because the figure was worth like 400, now it's worth like 75."
We got Scooby 75. I don't think I saw you, so I just wanted to say hi. Gilgamesh said re-releases really upset him, especially when he bought the first one and then the second wave have some different accessories. They're re-releasing Dragon Ball Z figure arts. I wanted
Bandai re-releases a lot of stuff too. That's true.
Yeah. Robert, just a fan. I want re-release of the Hot Toy figures that didn't come out good. Arkham Batman.
Oh, that would be a complete retooling.
Yeah.
A retooling of the figure rather than a re-release.
Kaboom says they're in Boston. So is Jughead is in Boston.
Or from Boston.
Yeah. Mexico, I feel positive about it as long as no fundamental changes are made that gives you the chance to pick up some long yeah. That's what I'm all about, is put out some stuff, if it's some different things, like David said, change the packaging a little bit, put a new release date or put new on it.
So you can look at it and you know the difference. Yeah, that's a big thing with me. What was I looking at? Oh, Occam's Razor wants to know if I'm a Boston Celtics fan. I don't follow professional sports at all.
No, he don't watch any kind of sports.
Yeah, not really. Hi, Scooby.
Scooby says, I would like NECA to re-release some of the old Michael Myers figures. They're supers. Really? I didn't think
that's surprising.
They would be. Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
And Robert's just a fan. I love Bill Paxton and True Lies. That gets him wet. Yeah, I remember Bill Paxton in the True Lies. He was the used car dealer. Who was pretending to be a spy to pick up girls. If you remember. Say, come on, man, look at me. I'm nobody. I'm naval lit, man. I gotta pretend to be a spy to get laid. Would a real spy piss his pants? Come on, man. Let me go.
Okay, LJ, Pop's re-release always have different dates on the box. Maybe the box has something a little different. Okay.
Nick H, do you guys have any recommendations for good toy stores in the Illinois area? Yes, I do. Oddly enough, because, and I said this before, made some people mad. Most toy stores, they suck. All right, they suck. They're run by people who don't care about toys. Their stuff's overpriced. They won't deal with you. They're hard-headed. It can be tough. And the only 2 recommendations I can give, and I've lived in several different states, are actually in Illinois. And if you want new stuff, Toynk. That's Toynk, Toynk, which is an online retailer, but they do have a brick and mortar location in Illinois, and you can go in.
It's in the Chicagoland area. I can't remember what city it's in. Toynk. I don't remember the city.
Yeah, but they it's not really technically a store, but you can walk right in and you can look at their display, and their prices aren't bad, and that's for new stuff.
Now, it doesn't look like a store.
It doesn't. It looks like an office park.
It looks like an office park.
Because it's really it's a display for their purposes, but they do have a register there. They will sell you the product like that they have available online. The other one is Wax Pack. WAXPACK, like the cards.
Mm-hmm.
And that's run by a guy called Aaron, the most cluttered store in the world.
Yeah.
And it's okay to pick on him because he knows.
And he'll tell you.
He goes by the Murphy's Law of flat surfaces. If there's a flat surface, I'll stack something on it. And it's floor to ceiling vintage stuff.
It's nothing in that store new.
Yeah, hardly.
Nothing.
He has a couple of Hot Toys or something like that.
Yeah, but it's so few.
Yeah. And his prices are fair, and he will deal with you. He'll give you deals, and he is fair about like trades or sales too. And he's a true toy store. If you want it, like I said, it's cluttered. You got to watch your elbows when you walk in there because it is messy. But he's probably one of the best toy stores I've seen. And again, I pick, but a lot of the toy stores that you go into, the local brick and mortar locations, they're awful. They really are not good.
No. Okay, Kaboom, do you have a childhood toy that you loved but don't remember who made it or what it was called? It sucks.
Off the top of my head, I can't think of one, but I do know what you're talking about because that's happened to me before. And that's actually what started me doing the showcases. Because sometimes I'll showcase a vintage item on the channel. And it started because people noticed something in the background. I'm like, hey, what is that? Because I think I had that. And so I started doing the showcases to show people stuff that they either forgot about or couldn't remember or maybe had never even seen before.
I've heard of Komodo Mono Toys. Kokomo in Indiana. And we were actually going to go there a couple of times, and for some odd reason we didn't go.
Yeah.
But it's a huge store. And I've heard of them, and I don't know why we never went, but we didn't. Best toy shops I've seen in America were all around Louisville, Kentucky. They had several nice ones. Yeah. Do you have Hot Toys collection? I have one Hot Toy.
Yeah, she has the original movie Predator Hot Toys. And I've got a couple. I don't have a lot. I have a handful of 6-scale figures. Some of them are Hot Toys. Like I've got the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 Stan Lee in the astronaut suit, and I've got like who is it, Neo from the Matrix, and a couple. But I don't have a big Hot Toys collection at all. Oh, who is that? Andrew Hardick. Have you ever backed a Kickstarter toy line? No, never did that. And Two Old Geeks Talking. You ever collect Johnny West figures? Yeah, part of the collection that was stolen. Yeah, I had a big collection of Johnny West and the Knights and the Vikings and a few other pieces.
Max Mueller wants to know, will you ever go back to being a toy dealer?
I don't know. I mean, I sell occasionally, but not like I used to in the 90s. But mostly what I would do is like what Justice Curry does. I'd buy collections and cherry pick and then sell the rest to make my money back. Because it was more, for me, it was more about the collecting than anything else.
Distorted Reality wants to know what's the meaning of life. Getting all of the Funko Pops you can possibly
own. Be quiet.
And putting it on display around the house.
No.
That's the meaning of life. Filling up your house with Funko Pops.
MC Reality wants to know if we ever got into Funko prototypes.
No, we don't have prototypes or nothing. Or do you?
I don't. No, I don't have any prototypes currently. Well, Andrew Hardick, how long does it take to get the toy roundup ready? You'd be surprised.
He don't get nothing ready. We just sit down and he start filming.
No. It takes a lot, actually, because you got to remember, you're looking for the images all week and the information, and then you do the film, and she sees the stuff for the first time.
Because I don't pay no attention.
Because I'm the one that looks that stuff up. But you film it. You got the time that it takes to find all the clips and all the images and the info, and then it's got to be assembled. you know, I got to go in and I've got to rewatch the video after we do it and insert all of the pictures in the right place and then process it. So before it goes online, before I submit it to YouTube, probably about 5 or 6 hours all in for the entire week to do that. So yeah, it's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah, I guess. Let's see.
See that attitude right there?
Oh, Flex Tone wants to know how your collection got started. Actually, he did a video on it.
I did do a video.
You don't want it to start here because we're already at 1 hour and 44 minutes, and it'll
Cut it
take
out.
another 2 for him to tell you the whole story. But he did a video on it.
Yeah, I explained the whole thing. Basically, my ex ripped it off, and it was a massive, not just action figures, but comic books too. Some, again, a lot of stuff I'd probably never be able to replace now.
Mr. Magnet, you make me want to question my wife to make sure she doesn't leave with my stuff. It's terrible what people can do. It is.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
you know, to just take off with somebody's stuff and then you know good and well you don't want it and you end up either burning it or selling it for super low prices. Even if you get high prices, it's not yours.
Yeah.
And you're only taking it to
spite.
be mean and nasty,
It's
not because
spite.
you want it.
Yeah.
You know, that's evil. That Stan Lee in space suit is fantastic.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
of
you
the
have
Stan
that.
of the Stan Lees, I think it's the best one, and that's why I chose it. And they did something unique with it too in the packaging. It doesn't come in a box. It comes on a gigantic blister card, like a regular action figure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it has a big display piece with it.
Robert Just a Fan says his collection is mainly hot toys and third-party stuff. Okay,
Andrew loves the Hardock. Andrew Hardick, I love the roundup. Thanks for all the hard work. It keeps me up on today's, and it's fun and funny. Well, we're glad you appreciate it.
Wham, did you ever have the Star Wars or Star Trek 5 statues from Galoob?
No, I didn't get the statues. The Galoob statues, no.
And Perez wants to know about any signature Funko Pops from celebrity accounts. No, I don't get nothing signed. I don't care for signatures.
She's not big on the autographs.
Yeah, somebody wanted to autograph something I had, and I didn't want it.
I mean, and I rarely do it. Like I got Gil Gerard to autograph my Buck Rogers Mego figure, stuff like that. I rarely do it.
What do you think of the Sideshow G.I. Joes? The Baroness looks fantastic to me. However, they are pricey.
I like them. I don't have any, but I do like them.
So sooner or later, there will be that guy that builds an entire castle just from Funko.
Yeah, you might.
They're working on it.
Yeah, I know.
What else do you collect besides toys?
Comic books.
Yeah,
I do collect comic books. I don't collect trading cards. I used to, but I don't do that anymore.
I collect a lot of stuff because before I collected toys, I collected a ton of stuff like bells, like the ring,
Precious Moments,
bowls and picture sets, and lighthouses. Those are my things that I collected. I don't really collect that stuff anymore because I just have a lot of them and can't display them right now. So I kind of just backed off of collecting those and kind of focus on toys.
Mm-hmm. Deflex on MJ or LeBron. How dare you even ask? One is blood and sweat and the other is tears. It's real.
Yeah. I'm a big, I like Michael Jordan and respect him as an athlete and as a basketball player. Now I can honestly say I have never ever seen LeBron James play. Never. He could be an excellent player, but his attitude for me makes me not want to watch him play. But Michael Jordan, I have watched him play, of course, on TV, not in person.
I mean, they're both good players.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan seems to really love the game.
Yeah.
And LeBron James seems to love the fanfare of it.
Yeah.
He loves the prestige of being a star player more so than just enjoying what he's doing, if that makes any sense.
Razor, if you think your wife might leave, you get a storage locker, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I gave that recommendation in
We
that
did
video,
in that
actually.
video.
That and I'd say, hey guys, you know, if you think you're in trouble, and I actually had someone contact me about that too, and they said, hey, listen, I'm going through a divorce right now. She's being difficult, and I was like, if they're being nasty about it, you probably want to get everything out of the house right now. Put it somewhere because you won't see it again.
Yeah.
Even if the judge ordered her to return my stuff, and she still
You're
didn't
not
do
going
it.
to return it.
She didn't return it, and the court never enforced it because what do they care?
Franco, back in the 80s and early 90s, people came to me to buy toys at the Auburn flea market. I had many connections then. Yeah, I still have some Funko Pops.
And that's Marcus Franco.
Robert said he'll give you his autograph for $350.
Oh no, he says, yeah, that's the sort of thing they say. Just forget it. The prices are going way up, and you know it bothers me too because old school again. When I used to do all the shows in like the 90s and stuff, the autographs were free. They didn't charge you for the autographs.
Jughead likes collecting movie posters and refrigerator magnets.
Okay.
Don't worry, you have not missed anything. My good friend, he is a prima donna. LeBron is too self-entitled. Yeah. LeBron is a jerk and supports China over America. Never cared for LeBron.
So does John Cena.
Yeah, never cared for LeBron until he became a owner of the Red Sox. He's the owner of the Red Sox.
You're making a lot of money.
Comic shops will always lowball you. Better with website My Comic Shop.
That's another problem with the comic and the toy shops too, and that's a discussion people have been asking me to make because I touched a nerve bringing it up in the last video, in the last discussion video about how the
Ghost Junk.
Hi Ghost Junk, about how the toy shops suck. And it touched a nerve, and a lot of people wanted me to get into that deeper because they emphasized or empathized with what I was talking about. Is that you're getting pawn shop money. Now you go in there with something and they want to act like they're on Pawn Stars. I'm like, yeah, you know, I got a bunch of those already anyway. And they want to give you like 10 cents on the dollar for your stuff, and they burn you. Where did you go?
Robert just fan, do you really like the Mayfix figures? I'm really loving the Dark Knight Triumph figures and the Hush figure. I'm actually getting the Mayfix Batman.
I don't have any.
The animated Batman from Mayfix. That's the one that I'm waiting on from Sideshow. But he doesn't have any Mayfix. No. So far, I don't have any yet until mine comes.
Yeah, and then we'll do an unboxing review because it's a new figure. Check it out and see how it looks. MC Reality, you know you're doing something right if nerves are touched. Keep up the good work.
That's not reality, that's realty, isn't it? I'm calling him realty.
Realty. Oh yeah, you're right. Why don't I get reality?
I know, because I was like, good Lord, I'm saying that the guy's
what are you up to?
A realty agent, and he's selling those $1 million homes.
Yeah.
He got clientele.
I don't know why I was saying reality for Robert Perez. What is
Brandon,
wrong with you?
My main line I collect is Ghostbusters. Really? Yeah. G.I. Joe, Nightmare Before Christmas, Hocus Pocus, and Batman. And which Batman, the 89 one or the animated series? I like the Ghostbusters. Of the originals, I have the Ghostbusters Universal Monsters one, not the actual characters. I've seen them, but they're up there. Yeah. You know, so I got the Universal Monster ones, but those are nice. Where are you going?
Oh yeah, Andrew Hardick. Andrew Hardick made a donation.
Yay, we want to
thank you. I didn't want to miss that because I saw it flash on there and it disappeared, and just wanted to let you know we appreciate that. Didn't want to let that slide there.
Selling to a comic shop is like selling your games to GameStop.
Is bad with that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any of those services will rip you off, and I think that's what made Justice Curry so popular, because he says 50 cents on the dollar, and it's kind of like what I used to do in the 90s. I'll give you 50 cents on the dollar on a fair market value, instead of you going and selling to some dealer and getting ripped off, and I'm going to cherry pick from my collection, and I'll sell the rest to buy the next lot. And I totally get that.
I mean, I would do that if I bought a lot. I would pick out the ones that I want and then sell the ones that I don't, or if it's a duplicate. That makes sense. Where are we? Oh, somebody said they had a refrigerator magnet. I was trying to read it. Oh, William Randolph.
Yeah.
Randall. I had a good refrigerator magnet collection. Wow, 50 plus, but had to take them all down because of my cats. Oh, Razor. That new DC Superman Red Sun movie went totally off the graphic novel, made Wonder Woman a lesbian and pretty much the hero. It was terrible. Do you guys watch the DC animated films?
I haven't seen one in a long time. No. I really haven't. Marcus Franco says Target on the Cave is hiding toys, only putting out unwanted figures. That's all of them. Okay. They all doing that. All that stuff goes out the side door at Target. That's their bonus program. It's kind of like in the Boondocks when they had the BET meeting and they were sitting there with their lunch, and he said, "Don't throw away your orange because that's your healthcare plan." At Target, sliding toys out the side door is their bonus program.
Brandon, up here in Terre Haute, Indiana, only wanted to give me 40 cents for my original Toy Biz figures.
Yeah, see?
That's ridiculous.
And that's what they do. They burn you. And unfortunately, a lot of people, when you get to the point where you're going to a comic shop to try to sell out, or a toy store to try to sell out, you're desperate enough that you're probably going to let them get over on you.
Oh, Jughead just gave $2. This is for Crumb. Yeah, okay, well, and he probably will buy cat food with it.
He needs cat food, actually. We're getting low.
I need that money. Robert, just a fan. I just want that is saying that he want to get those Batman figures. And he has the Mace Effects ones. They're beautiful detail, but very flimsy.
Oh, another one.
Yeah.
That's a huge problem. Is the physical quality on a lot of those adult collectibles now. It's just not there. And if you all seen the Damn Toys review I just did, I did an unboxing and review of Old Bone from Damn Toys, and it's physically pretty flimsy, and the packaging is pretty flimsy too. I was disappointed.
Breaker 3961, did you order the Hordak? No, David did not get the Hordak.
No, I have my reasons for that. I've got all of them up to Hordak, and I did not order the Hordak because I think that they dropped the ball with it. It looks good. I brought this up before, even when I showed it on the roundup, that the deluxe figure is what the regular figure should have been, and the deluxe figure should have had like a Filmation head and maybe the imp, especially at their price point, because for their standard figure, that's the highest price point they've had so far.
Miss Lives, Hello, what do you suggest to start collecting? My husband collects, but I want to start my collection. That's Mr. Magnet's wife. She enjoys watching.
Well, what franchise do you personally like?
It's a lot to consider. Like he says, it's a franchise. Okay.
Yeah, if there's a franchise that you like, something that you're into, whatever it is, if it's Aliens, if it's Terminator, if it's DC characters, it doesn't matter. Strawberry Shortcake. Get a franchise that you like, and then look at the options that are available. Do you want vintage ones? Do you want something that's modern? If you want something that's modern, which one do you want? Because you don't have to get everything.
Yeah. Do you want to collect action figures? Do you want to collect statues?
I'll be right back. I got to move him because he's
acting crazy.
His bowl's probably empty.
Do you want to collect action figures? Do you want to collect statues? So it's a lot. And then pick what you like. Don't just pick something that everybody else is getting. One of my big things that I collect things that I know about so I can talk about it. So if somebody comes in and they say, "Oh, you collect Masters of the Universe," I can talk about that. I can talk about Thundercats. I can talk about Care Bears, and I have a connection with it somewhere down the line in my life and my history. So make sure whatever you're collecting is something that you actually like. It's not just something that's trendy, because a lot of people pick trendy, stuff that's trending right now. Oh, everybody's getting Marvel Legends, but then you really deep down in your heart don't like Marvel Legends.
She wasn't letting him into his bowl.
Oh, they fighting again, being ridiculous. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I saw Batman Long Halloween Part 1. I like it. Want to pick up Blu-ray, a Godzilla movie, 3 Godzilla movies. What shows you guys watching right
Deflects
now?
on what shows you watching right now? Yeah, Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, we still on Dukes of Hazzard.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Night Gallery.
Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Seinfeld. Under the Dome. Wayward Pines.
Under the Dome gets under my nerves.
Yeah, Wayward Pines. We're watching.
That's a modern show.
And another show called Debris. We were watching Dallas until it's wanted to charge
pull the
you.
okey doke on us.
And we're watching Dark Shadows. We're on Dark Shadows.
Yeah, Dark Shadows is awesome.
Yeah.
Breaker 3961 LPH. How did you track down the Keldor 2-pack?
He didn't say how. He said, did you? Yes, I did.
Yeah,
track it down.
They've been turning up now.
Yeah, I tracked it down. We went to Target, and I found it there. I want a new
I8 Toys.
I don't know what I8 Toys is.
1/6 Granny Serene Hound Troop Female Soldier action figure. Oh, what, on eBay?
Yeah.
Yeah, pick what you like.
Yeah.
That master.
Do you have any Lincoln Logs?
No, I don't have any Lincoln Logs. That's another one that's tough to find in the original packaging if you want original old Lincoln Logs. Because again, that's back in the day we actually played with toys.
Yeah. Robert, just a fan. I still would prefer the Mafex Batman rather than the DC collectible. Now, when it comes to the Batman, honestly, I like the animated series Batman because I like the animated series cartoon, and I really want the vehicles from that. Not so much the action figures. I like the vehicles a lot more. I probably would get some of the action figures. They have a lot of characters because that show had a lot of characters, and they have a lot of characters in the action figures. So if I got the action figures, it would be, of course, the main ones. But I am considering getting the action figures. I do have a few vehicles, and I'm thinking of getting more vehicles. I kind of want to get some of the 89 Batman stuff, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna go down that road. If I do, it'll only be like the vehicles.
Yeah.
As far as action figures.
Oh, you have to see, and you got to jump on it, especially since you're delving into the realm of 90s toys.
Yeah.
Now's the time to get them if you want them, while the prices are still low on a lot of it, because as those people mature, they're going to be looking for it, and it's going to drive the market way up.
Razor says, worried it won't ship out of Hong Kong due to I want it for wow. Yeah. See, average 200s to I6.
Also, since it's coming from Hong Kong, you got to watch out if it's counterfeit.
Because I ordered something.
China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, any of those places. A lot of counterfeits come out of there, or misappropriated items also.
And they don't send it. Because I ordered something. I can't remember. It was a turtle figure. I don't remember which one, but I do know it was a turtle figure. I ordered
it was a NECA quarter scale.
Okay, that's what it was. They didn't ship it. They never shipped it. Gave me a bogus tracking number, and after I didn't get it, I sent it to eBay. They looked into the tracking number and saw that it was a fake tracking number, and they refunded me my money. So now, if I see something and it says it's from China, I don't buy it.
Japan's okay, but any of that area. Bill Miller has joined us.
Hey,
Bill Miller
Bill.
says hello. And oddly enough, since she just brought that up, I've got a PayPal dispute going right now that I was on the phone with PayPal this afternoon because they're of a transaction like that where a tracking number was provided and it said delivered, but I never got it. And so I went to the post office, and the post office verified the tracking number for me, and that the address it went to is known to them. They said, I'll give you the address so you can give it to PayPal and explain. We can't give you any more information because this is under investigation by the Postal Service, because the address that it went to is in our area, but it's a vacant property. It's an abandoned house. And a lot of mail has been going to that abandoned house with tracking numbers. So basically they're sending like an empty box or something to this address. And that's a scam that a lot of that's done a lot. It's mostly it's coming from either the Middle East or from around, like, again, China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, something like that, or South Korea. You've got to be real careful with that. That's a big scam that's going on right now. Oh, and see, he's gone, and now here she is.
LJ enjoyed Under the Dome. I think that's a really good. And I said this before. I read the books. It's a 2-volume, and the book was good. Ghost Junk. Well said. I collected all of the Dumb and Dumber, Happy Gilmore, and Die Hard Funko Pops. 100% for this reason. Not a whole lot of collectible exists for films like this, aside from. Wait. Now I lost it because I tried to scroll up.
Basically, Funko, because they have so many franchises, they'll put out stuff that most other people aren't bothered with, or most other companies aren't bothered with, which is true.
Brandon says another 90s animated series that was good was Spider-Man. And forgive me if I missed, because I tried to scroll down to finish reading what was being said, and then it totally went, everything just flew up. So I might miss some of your comments. Perez, Scooby, I know it's real good. I say way better than The Walking Dead. Okay, they were talking about something. I totally missed it. Raising Eerie was an awesome show. That's why I had to buy it. I haven't heard about the Wendy's Happy Meal figure. Wendy's had Happy Meal figures?
Did they?
I don't. But in the 80s and 90s, everybody.
A lot of people were doing it too.
Yeah, even Pizza Hut. Well, Pizza Hut used to do glasses.
White Castle had a set of Fat Albert figures. They only put out 4, but. That was a big thing back then. That was when restaurants were very child oriented. Yeah. Not anymore.
Franco said he stopped ordering from other countries since I made several purchases and never received products. Yeah. That happened to me once, and now I'm totally turned off with buying. I read it, and if it says that it's from China, I don't even buy it. Super 7 said, Jughead gave $2. Thank you.
Thank you, Jughead.
Andrew, Super 7 said the price of the figures are going up across.
To be fair for the female cat. Yeah, she's sitting down here looking at me.
Wow, plastic prices are going up. So that's why they went from $45 to $55. Also got the knockoff Optimus Prime cartoon look. It smells like gasoline. You said that before. Chase Wilson. Hey, Chase, have you seen how much the original animated series Batman is? $300 from $40. Really? Wow, no, I didn't see that. But that, I don't know.
And Richard Smith says that Dave Thomas was cool.
Dave Thomas was cool. They didn't do him or the daughter in Funko, did they? They did everybody else.
I don't know.
As far as what you call it?
Add
icons, yeah. Taco Bell had a talking dog plushie, did they?
Really?
Why does the UK
I remember that.
charge so much for shipping?
Because it's the UK and they're evil. It's the truth. It's tax central in the UK, and most of what you're paying is taxes. Anyone ever work at a gas station? I worked for Cumberland Farms gas station a million years ago, and the way it was explained to me was that they make all their money off the stuff that's around the counter because they don't make any money off of the gas. They said that, or cigarettes. They said they probably make like 10, 12 cents a pack on cigarettes and probably less than that on the gas. And that most of what people are paying is either franchise cost or tax, like more than like 70% of it is tax. And there you go. And there's a lot of that in the UK.
Wendy's had Bernstein Bear Happy Meal toys. Really? I got the Bernstein Bear Happy Meal toys from McDonald's.
McDonald's.
I have theirs, and I got the box. I put together my own play set for the Bernstein Bears because they didn't have anything.
Yeah, you know what she did? She went and she got was it
The
Kenner? Was it Kenner?
Toy
Kenner Tree Tots playset, which was repurposed into being the Ewok playset because it was originally green and then they just made it yellow for the Ewoks. But they fit. It fits perfectly with
for the Bernstein.
And there's more than just that one. Just the dome treehouse that people often mistake for being a Weeble set, which was Hasbro. But the Tree Tots actually had like 3 different play sets. But you don't
the
see
lighthouse.
The other 2.
Because I got the tree set. I got it in a lot. It's the tree set and the lighthouse.
Yeah,
and you can put it together. And the Bernstein Bears fit in it so well. So I'm using it for that.
Yeah, and but the dome one is the one everybody recognizes because that's the most common.
Okay, Jughead, the UK has a tax called VAT tax. It adds like 20%. Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all.
David, you should write a book with all the knowledge. Yeah, he should.
If I had time, I might could.
Brandon got the Batman and Robin glass mugs from McDonald's, a set of 4.
Yeah, McDonald's is always good for glasses too. And Bill Miller says, "My wife loves your Berenstain Bears lunchbox, and hers is flawless. It's got the tags. It still has the tags."
Yeah, somebody, I don't know if they didn't know what they have because they sold it super cheap, and I looked it up. And I was like,
they put it on a buy it now, and she was like, "Oh my God, this can't be right."
Yeah, because I looked it up, and it was going for way more than what they had it. So I just snatched it up real quick.
Oh, I guess Scooby75 has to go. He says,
okay.
I love your channel. Thank you for all you guys do for the toy community. Everyone have a good night." Yeah, we're just trying to share. We're just trying to share. We enjoy the hobby and reaching out to people and talking to them.
Chase says, will the $5, $10 Funkos go up in price in time? Seems like most are cheap. They're going through a big fluctuation with the Funko Pops.
Funko Pops is like a roller coaster, and all you have to do is look at their stock to see that it's been like this since day one.
Yeah, well, not just the stock, but like the Pops, because some of them will come out and they'll skyrocket.
Yeah.
They'll skyrocket in price, and then they'll hold it for a few months, and then they'll come crashing back down.
A lot of that is artificial demand.
Yeah.
Really, you got to be careful with the Funko, and most of the Pops, I've warned people about it, the ones from before 2015, before they were mass producing them, okay, because that's why they're so expensive, is because they didn't make many before then. Between 2010 and almost 2015, they didn't make too many. Then they figured out, okay, we really got something here. Let's start cranking them out. And that's when it got weird. And they create a lot of Funko creates a lot of artificial demand, and they do it on purpose, obviously, because it's part of their business model with short stocks and cutting off certain stores. If you talk to anybody who has a pop shop, if they're not part of a chain, they get pushed to the back of the bus, if you will.
Yeah.
It's in the stores, regular retailers, sometimes a month or more before they get their stock. And Funko plays a lot of games, and it drives prices up and down all over the place, especially the newer stuff.
Scareglow, do you guys like vehicles and figures based on 80s TV shows made by Ertl? I have one Ertl, and that's the Dukes of Hazzard. The rest of them are from Jada Metals. But yeah, I have a lot of vehicles based on 80s TV shows or 80s movies mainly. One TV show, and that's the Dukes of Hazzard. Everything else are moved. Well, no, because I have a Knight Rider. But everything else are movies.
And Ertl, and he's talking about like in particular, I think some of the '80s action figure sets. No, I don't have any, but
well, he said vehicles and figures.
Yeah, figures, because they made action figure sets.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I didn't know they did.
Did they do the fall? I think they did the Fall Guy, didn't they?
I know they have a Fall Guy truck.
And with a figure.
Oh,
and
okay.
then I know that they also made Star Trek 3 action figures. They made 4, and they're die cast metal. And they also made a Burt Reynolds Smokey and the Bandit figure. I used to have that one. It's like a little 4-inch die cast figure, it's 3 inches, isn't it? I don't have it anymore. But yeah, I mean, it's something I would get again if I found good deals on any of them.
Robert, just a fan. Hey, thank you for always being friendly and always being kind, even when someone might be a complete troll. You're appreciated, even your kindness. I said that too before. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
LJ wants you to always go for exclusives, no matter what pop it is. Always buy the exclusives, not the commons nowadays. Wait,
there are way too many.
It is. But the exclusives are so hard to find sometimes.
Some are, and some are way overdone, like FYE exclusives.
Yeah, with Target exclusives.
Yeah, Target is starting to pile up
I
too.
still have not found the Walmart and GameStop Macho Man. They recently came out with a Macho Man, and I've been looking for it. I cannot find it.
Brandon says, have a good night. I'm hopping off. I'll catch you next time.
Okay,
Brandon.
Thank you for stopping in and for all of the questions and stuff. Razor Nostalgic. That's what you get from the Canadian free healthcare. I used to cross over to Detroit once a month to get wasted at 18 to Windsor, Ontario. Good times.
Yeah.
Let's see, 63 likes. Thank you. Yeah. You collect any Power Rangers? No.
Or Super Sentai? No, I used to have a complete line of the original release of the Power Rangers in the States. I don't have that stuff anymore. JG wants to know if we have a shop. No, we do not have a shop. That's actually our home in those videos.
Yeah. Stickers make all the difference when it comes to Funkos. It's
some
all
people are
about
sticker
that
hunters.
Sticker.
49ers 1975. What do you guys think about the Master Universe Revelation Masterverse toys?
For me, I'm not going to get them. They look okay. They remind me a lot of McFarlane toys. The packaging and the way that it looks.
Yeah.
Overall, it looks like the McFarlane toys. Not that that matters or anything.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to get it simply because there's so many Masters of the Universe stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not interested in it. It looks okay. You know, look-wise, it looks okay. But I'm passing on that.
And what Marcus Franco, hey, you guys did a great job with your museum. It's impressive. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we do. It's a lot of work. It's a labor of love. You want to make sure everything looks right, keep it clean, and it's a lot of work.
Andrew, I had a Converge GP3 Mobile Armor and
Gato's green armor figure, super nice. So he's talking about the Power Rangers, I think.
Robert, are you planning on any conventions coming up?
Yeah. No. So what's the next one coming up?
Next one is not until November, I think.
Is it, or September? So. I don't remember. We'll have to look at the card, but we'll announce that on the weekly roundup if we've got one we're going to.
Lainey wants to know if you have any Funko banana splits. David does.
Where?
Lainey.
The banana splits. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have it. I do have that.
Well, they said the price went up.
Yeah, it did go up a little bit.
Razor has the Macho Man and Piper if you want them. I have no problem giving them for cost and shipping. Oh yeah, great. I mean, now is it the Walmart or the GameStop?
I think she's looking for the very last ones that were
released. The very last ones that came out. It was a GameStop and a Walmart exclusive. Is the ones. The more limited, the better. Yeah, Funko. You collect mostly toys, right? Yes, JG. Yes, we collect mainly toys. Vintage mainly, but some modern.
Yeah, and 2 old geeks got to go to bed.
Okay. But we nice having you.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
And Robert just, going to bed, that's funny. This is usually the time all of us sleep.
Yeah.
Nostalgic. I used to live near Niagara Falls. I've been to Niagara Falls. Now, the town is not all that great, but Niagara Falls is nice because I was in Buffalo. In the U.S., you have so much variety and way better prices. Used to load up on groceries, gas, toys when I did cross the border shopping. Yeah.
Jughead says we collect toys and cats.
Yeah, right.
I don't need more. We don't want too many different cat personalities in the house because they'll kill each other. Oh, Occam's Razor, did you like or see the Banana Splits horror film? No, I've heard of that. I did not see it.
Oh, it was a horror film?
Yeah.
I thought that was for puppets.
No, it would be, well, they're people in suits.
Yeah.
But I did not see that. I don't know if I would want to.
And 49ers want to know if you're thinking about getting the Silverhawks from Super 7.
Yeah, I'm on the fence about that. I don't know if I want to do that or not. I don't know if I want to jump off into another line because there's no telling when it's going to end. And I don't, I've only got a handful of the original Kenner ones myself, and I'd much rather have the originals.
Johnny, you laughing, but David, we were out last weekend doing our walk, and we saw 2 stray cats, and David went over there and started petting and rubbing and all of that, and he was trying to bring it home.
I was not. She's talking about actually it's 3, and that's
no, it was 2, and then it was 3 under the car.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. No, we can't take them home.
Yeah. That cat came over and started rubbing and,
I know what you're talking
doing
about.
all that mess. And I'm like, no.
Scareglow wants to know if we have any items made by HG Toys.
Who's HG Toys?
I don't think so.
What's
I don't
HG
think that
Toys?
we do. I don't remember.
Mm.
You got me now, too. I have to have my memory refreshed.
I did pre-order the Infinite Studios plastic John Wayne.
Really? You got the John Wayne?
How do get in touch with you guys? I'll send out if you want them, no problem. Oh, well, since we restarted the live stream, I don't think the address is being low.
Yeah, on
because
any
we
of
had
our
to restart the
any
live
of our
stream.
videos, there's like an email address and a P.O. box in the description box underneath the video. On like I said, any of our videos, and this one I'll have to go back in and fix it after we get off.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about. I have that. I'm talking to Razor. Hold on, let me look. You can go ahead and keep on talking. I think because you're saying that you only wanted the Mr. T. I think I have that. I actually got 2 sets of those. I'm getting rid of one.
Yeah. Scott Collectibles. I collect mascot related items. Because of your McDonald's figure video, I realized I may have to try to get some action figures of mascots. Do you have any other mascots in action figure form? Mascots. Well, he's talking about like I've got the
that big old Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, are you talking about the Remco Ronald McDonald set?
Because he does have the Burger King.
Yeah, and Knickerbocker made the Magical Burger King in like 1980, and Hasbro made a Ronald McDonald doll also. There's a lot of really cool vintage items like that. Or I brought up earlier, Child Guidance in like 76 or something like that made the Kentucky Fried Chicken play set with the little finger puppets and stuff like that. I've got some pretty cool pieces that you just never find.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Burger King didn't make a set. Yeah, Scott's Collectibles. They just made the doll. Knickerbocker made the doll, but I don't think they made anything else in that time period. And MC Realty. All right, you guys take it easy and have a great night. I guess they got to get going.
Okay, and hope you sell 5 houses this week.
Hopefully they're actually a realtor.
Well, it says realty in the name.
Maybe he just says that. We don't know.
He's a realtor. Realtor. He sell $1 million homes. He gonna sell 5 this week.
Oh yeah.
HG Toys made weird stuff like He-Man stamp set and the Fall Guys.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that I thought that sounded familiar, but no, I don't have any of that kind of stuff.
And Johnny Future, do you have any San Diego chicken figures? What is that?
It's a mascot.
Oh, okay, okay. I don't think we have too many mascots.
No, we don't have like sports mascot stuff.
Mm-mm.
We don't collect that kind of stuff.
No sports, anything.
Not really.
No,
because we're not into sports like all that. And 49ers wants to know if we went to Dragon Con. No, we haven't been to a Dragon Con. Actually. We do try to go to conventions when we get the chance, and then we film it and we put it on here. Yeah, so that, you know, people can tour it virtually, if you will.
Robert said they should do an adventure people of Colonel Sanders, Ronald McDonald, and Burger King.
Okay.
Okay. Razor, well, I'll get in touch with you guys. I'm also in your Facebook group. I can message you there about Macho and Piper. Okay, yeah, because I looked up on my list and I have a Macho Man, and I know when you said Mr. T, I'm thinking maybe it was the old one. I don't know if it's the one I'm looking for. So if it's the one from Walmart or GameStop, that's the one I'm looking for. Macho Man, that's the one I'm looking for. Hit the thumbs up.
That's what LJ says. To flex on, what made you want to do YouTube? I just wanted to reach out to the rest of the community and share thoughts, share experiences and stuff like that. And Andrew Hardick says a Facebook group I'll have to join.
Yeah, David does have a Facebook
same title, page. Open by Chance. If you look it up on Facebook or if you look it up on Instagram, you'll find us.
Yeah. The ones have just came out from Walmart. Found. Oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for. The ones that came out at Walmart. Okay, I thought you were talking about the ones just before that. Yes, that is the one that I'm talking about. Okay. So we'll reach out to you. Send a message on Facebook so we can send you the information
or something like that. Yeah, that's what LJ says. Open by Chance on all the medias. Not Twitter. I don't have Twitter.
No. But you got Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
No, I'll be doing all that.
She plays rough. You gotta watch out.
Biting and scratching.
She hasn't adjusted yet. Crumb used to do that too. He used to be pretty rough, and then he mellowed out. But she's still, you know, she's only been an indoor cat for like 2 months.
Nostalgia. I think you had a question previously about original versus replica. Oh boy, where did it go? Oh, they took the question down. Okay. David should have a coffee mug that says "Beware the okie doke." Yeah,
really.
Because they're always getting pulled on you. LPH, did you see the South Park episode? Yes, of Macho Man.
It's the only modern one we've seen because we stopped watching it a long time ago.
No, we saw the pandemic one. That one was awful, the pandemic. But I did see the one of
that one was
Macho
really
Man.
bad.
That was funny. These clips of it on YouTube. Yeah, we saw the whole episode.
Yeah, we saw the episode.
Nostalgic, I think you had a question previously about nostalgia versus replica. I will hands down buy a replica reproduction anytime. And it's much cheaper, and as long as you get the same enjoyment, why not save a few bucks? Yeah. And like
and we're fine with that, you know, as long as people know what they're doing. And somebody's not got a faked piece, a counterfeit piece, and is ripping somebody off, and they're like, hey, you know, this is a reproduction. Yeah, that's fine, you know.
Yeah, as long as you're not trying to pass a reproduction off as original, and you label it as original, or you don't say anything.
Yeah,
you know, and you know for sure this is a reproduction. But as long as you know what you're getting into, then that's cool. Because I told a story that I got something and it was a reproduction card. I kept it, you know, because if I had bought it at the regular price, it would have been really expensive. And I bought it by accident. I didn't read the description well, so I kept it. And you know, I'm okay with it. And if something else comes up later, the original comes up later at a decent price, I might get it and then switch it out. But
Yeah. Andrew says, I want to grab a few Mego. My best friend's brother had some growing up. They had the best older toys from the 70s hanging out in the basement. Some cool older comics like Jonah Hex. Yeah, and I'm a fan of the old Mego lines, and I don't have too many right now. I had more once upon a time, but that's another story. And Deflexon wants to know if we have any kids and do they share the same hobby. I do from my previous relationship, and that I've talked about him before. Warren from Nerdtastic Plastic. If you look up Nerdtastic Plastic on Instagram or Facebook, you'll find him. And he lives in Illinois, and he actually is a toy dealer, collector dealer. And so he goes to all the shows. He goes to ToyCon, Toy Show all the time. Pretty much every one he's there. He goes to the Wolf's Flea Market. He does a lot of shows in Illinois.
Nostalgic is saying that they mean the companies that sell reissues or reproductions. I am cool with that. Yeah. What we were talking about is you have people, and you see it a lot on eBay. They'll have the original figure and maybe the original accessories, but they're recarded. And most sellers will say, okay, this is the original figure on a recard. But some don't, or some people, I know a lot of GI Joe collectors, because they don't have a complete set, so they might buy reproduction accessories.
Yeah.
And they have websites that sell you the accessories, that sell reproduction accessories, and that's cool, again, as long as you know it. But it's when they pass it off as original.
A lot of people get jammed up that way, especially newer people that they don't know.
Yeah, and Gilgamesh is saying he'll get reproduction stickers and accessories for my original figures to make them look better or complete. Yeah, and see, you going in buying it knowing
what you're
that
doing.
It's a reproduction. But you have sellers out there, they'll sell it, not even mention that it's a reproduction. And that's where it gets kind of funny.
Yeah, and there's too many people doing that, and it's a dirty practice.
When it's not honest.
When you're not being honest with your buyer. Deflexon, thoughts on 1/6 scale figures?
I like 1/6 scale.
I like them. I like this. I like the proportions of it.
Yeah.
The prices are getting bad though. That's something that's been bothering me a lot. Oh, Scareglow says if you collect vintage Dukes of Hazzard, there's a few rare HG toy sets on eBay that has the generally and other items if interested.
Oh, okay, because I do, and I have a Boss Hog, I have a Bo Duke, Bo Duke coming. I'm looking for Daisy and Luke. So HG toys.
Yeah, HG toys. But yeah, she's got the she's talking about the 8-inch.
Yeah, I don't like the 3 3/4, and I do have the General Lee from Ertl. HG toys.
And then she's got the Joes of Hazard, which we did a review on. It's a convention exclusive from last year's Joe Fest, and I think they made like 25 of them or something. I forget.
They had and then they weren't able to sell it because of
the show promoters got nervous because it actually has the correct flag on it, and they were like, oh, whoa, we don't know. And it's like, you commissioned them, now you don't know.
Yeah,
make up your mind. But they sold them all.
So I'm gonna go look for that HG toys Dukes of Hazzard on eBay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the Mego made the 80s ones.
Yeah, and that's what JG says here. Most people can't tell at all. I didn't know that. Good to know. Yeah, especially with 3D printers now and stuff and reproduction parts. I was talking about that with Star Wars. Some of the Star Wars weapons are being reproduced so closely that even experts are having trouble telling them apart now.
Okay, Razor said that he sent you an IM on Facebook. Okay. After this, we'll look for it, and we'll get back with you.
And Deflexon wants to know if we use Deltoff cases and thoughts on those. No, we don't have any. I mean, they look all right, but I don't know if they're good to use for displaying anything. Some people will put anything in there, and it doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? It's like, why'd you put that in there? But to each their own, you know.
Some people swear by it, and we had
Yeah,
the
they do.
conversation earlier about the status, and I think Deltoffs are part of that status. You know, because we've had people watch our videos and tell us that our
criticize
collection
us.
is crap because we don't have Deltoffs.
Yeah.
And it's like, how is that going to make your thank you, Andrew.
Oh,
How
Andrew's
is that?
leaving.
Oh, he's leaving.
Yeah,
have a
he
good
says,
night.
have a
Thank
good
you
night.
for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks. We appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, so people got on us because we have Deltoffs. And I'm not saying that Deltoffs are horrible, but
Yeah.
just because you don't have it doesn't mean your collection is garbage.
Yeah, I know.
You just don't have it.
Yeah, you just don't have it. I mean, and not everybody can can invest in that.
Yeah,
and
they're expensive.
And for us, what we use is really efficient, which is the slat wall system. They're terribly inexpensive, and very modular. Because the way the wall is, you can move the shelves up, down, sideways, any way. You can control the depth of the shelf. The slats are invisible or colored, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I've seen some people's collection of Deltoffs and they look good. Some do. Some of them, they have like these itty bitty figures in there, and then there's a lot of space. So it's all about what you do. I do like the fact that it puts light directly down on it, so it looks good.
Oh, I guess Marcus has to go too.
Oh, Marcus has to go. Thank you for stopping by.
They're all leaving us.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, you know, it's getting late.
Yeah, it is.
I enjoyed the content you guys put out. Very interesting and fun. Thanks, Circle. Yeah.
Well, thank you. We're just, we're just being genuine. That's why, if you watch our other videos or our discussions stuff, there's no cut framing because we just talk. It's not scripted at all, and you see that a lot where you watch some of these videos. I pick on them. I'm not going to name anybody, but you watch the video and everybody's moving around because they cut the frame all over the place. It's like you can't go a minute without it being spliced like 10 times because they lost their train of thought or they're reading something.
That's his big thing.
I hate that.
And then if we make a mistake 30 minutes in, he'll do the whole video.
Oh,
again.
That's not true.
That is true. Hold on, because Scarecrow was saying no. Deltoffs. Deltoffs. No, Flex Tone.
Yeah.
Was saying where do you get where do you get the slat wall system? You can get it on Craigslist. Type in slat wall. Any business that's going out, any store going out of business.
And that's the walls that you see in our museum room. And if you've ever been like a shoe store or something, that's what they are. You see these strips on the wall and the shelf, it hooks in. So you put the shelf in like that and it stays level and they're transparent. And they're really cheap. They come in like 4 feet by 8 feet size. And the shelves are all different sizes. And you can, since they're modular, you can move them all over the place without having, you don't have to conform to the shelf. The shelf conforms to what you want to put on it. And that's why we like them so much.
Jughead said, what do we think about the first episode of the Dukes of Hazzard? It had the mobile hookers RV. Roscoe shot someone. It was a lot more adult. Yeah, was that the first one where they had the van with the hookers in there? I don't know if that was the first one. I know they had the slot machine was the first one where they had the slot machines, and wasn't that the one where the girl came back to town and she had the orphanage and needed money and all kinds of stuff?
Yeah, I think that was the first one, the slot machine one.
Yeah, but I know the one you're talking about where they had the van with the hookers in there. Yeah, but
the mobile brothel.
Dukes of
show's hilarious.
Is way more adult themed than you think or than you remember. Because I remember watching it as a kid, and only thing I remember is the car chases. That's it. And then when we went back to watch it, I was like, wow, they actually have a plot. And it has a backstory.
Yeah.
Every character has a story. And when I was a kid, all I remember was Roscoe chasing the Duke boys. And that was it.
When you're a kid, it's like, oh, car is jumping.
Yeah.
And then you go and watch it again, and it's like, holy crap, there's a lot more to this show.
Yeah, it's a lot to that show. Do you guys like any vintage toy channels on YouTube? Yeah, we said it before. We watch Analog Toys. We watch
Analog.
that. We watch Justice Curry.
Sometimes,
because he can go on. And then
New 80s Revolution.
New 80s Revolution. We do watch him. And then we watch other channels that we're not subscribed. Oh no, MIB. We watch him Master Museum. MIB Master Museum. We watch him. And then there's a lot of other channels that we're not subscribed to that we just watch. And then if we see something, because you get all of the recommendations and the title catches us, we'll watch it.
Oh, Johnny Future's leaving.
Oh, bye, Johnny.
All right. We'll see you later, Johnny. Nostalgic for the 70s. I hope you don't mind the plug, but I was a guest on the Toy Tomb podcast for their Kenny $6 Million Man and Battlestar Galactica episodes. Pretty fun. Oh, okay.
We watched Battlestar Galactica recently. The
original
version.
Series, yeah. And JG, how long you've been toy collecting? Probably since like the late 80s.
Mm-hmm. Gilgamesh, I like to get a good General Lee. I have a small Matchbox one that I got when I was a kid, but it's not the best shape after all these years. Yeah, the Ertl one I think is a lot better than the Mego one. The Mego one looks plasticky.
Mm-hmm.
The Ertl one looks a lot better. Of course, now for the Mego or the Ertl, you're gonna pay for it. But if you want a good one, I like the Ertl one better than the Mego one. That's just my opinion.
And Scott Collectible says most show, even cartoons, have some pretty adult content, but we definitely missed it. Yeah, you missed it because most of the shows, they weren't for kids.
Yeah, and even
the head. Cartoons, like if you're watching Bullwinkle or any of those, Bullwinkle's not for kids.
No, the one last night it said that old cheap hussy.
Yeah, I know. He did. We were watching Bullwinkle last night, and they said that. But if you were, that was in one of the fractured fairy tales, The Princess and the Pea, and because he was trying to get over with a fake princess, and he was like, "Oh, I should have known, cheap hussy."
Yeah,
it's like, oh my god. But yeah, they weren't written for kids. But people who put that stuff on the air then knew it would go over little kids' heads, so they weren't worried about it.
Yeah, and most of it did. Flex tone.
What do you do when you run out of space but you don't want to part ways with items? It's called a tote.
Yeah, you put it in a tote and you set it in the corner and deal with it later. But you don't get rid of nothing because you never know. Dolphin, this is the first time I saw you. Hello from California. I collected everything I always wanted from my childhood. Is there something that has eluded you from your childhood? Anything got away from you?
That I had or that I wanted?
Yeah.
I collected everything I always wanted from my childhood. What did I see that I wanted from my childhood that I never got? I'm not sure. Off the top of my head, I'm trying to remember. I'm sure there's something.
Yeah.
That I saw that I was just like, I had the Terradrome and lost it, and I'm trying to replace the Terradrome, so that doesn't count. Yeah, Master Hoarder, never get rid of anything. That's why he's the Master Hoarder.
Yeah. Raymond Castle Basement of Horror videos. That sounds familiar because we watch a couple of horror people. And they have some good. It's one guy. I don't know what his name is, but he have all Predator and Alien statues and figures, and man, that is impressive. It's like the whole house. He went through like upstairs, and he went from room to room to room to room, and it was all Predator and Aliens, and that was nice.
Yeah, that's right. His whole house was a museum.
Yeah.
Dolphin, probably the Kenner Alien. I actually never had the Kenner Alien, the original Kenner Alien, which I would still like to find complete. And I did find one at the Toy Lanta. The guy wouldn't sell it. He said, "I only brought it here to show off." I don't actually want to sell the thing. Don't do that if you're a seller.
Scarecrow Earl is the best General Lee. I have the 118 scale Earl General Lee that came with a ramp. One of the few things I have from childhood is my favorite. Yeah, the Earl that I have is a 118. It doesn't have a ramp. It's just a General Lee, and I love it because it's die cast. And the Migo one is just plastic, and it looks cheap. The Migo one looks cheap and plasticky and
Yeah.
just thrown together. And then they want some
Well, it's
ridiculous
Migo.
price for it.
That's Migo though. I
Yeah,
mean,
but they want a
that's how
lot.
they made stuff. Oh, Robert's just a fan reminded me, and that for Dolphin's question, he brought up the Eagle One playset because he wants to trigger me. Because that, if you remember that story, I think I told it last week, didn't I, Robert? The when I was in the first grade, there was a kid who lived up the street that was in the fifth grade, and we rode the same school bus, and they did the Secret Santa on the school bus, and he drew my name, and he said, you know what? You watched Space 1999, right? Which I did. Still my all-time favorite sci-fi TV show, pretty much, vintage sci-fi. And he says, yeah, I'll give you my Eagle, because he had the Eagle One, the Mattel Eagle One playset with the little 2-inch figures, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Never gave me the damn thing. Never gave it to me.
Oh,
he lied.
boy.
Robert, are you watching? Or no, Brian. I'm thinking Robert because Robert said that, but it was the kid. The kid's name was Brian, bastard. But he never he never gave it to me, and I still never found one complete. I'll take one loose complete. But yeah, that's another one from childhood.
James wants to know the number one piece you guys would steal from each other's collection. The number one thing from my collection you would steal.
Well, what? Be careful how you answer.
You steal my whole collection from me
not
if you had the opportunity.
Steal anything from your collection.
I wouldn't steal from your collection.
No, I wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't want anything from her collection. A number one piece I would like to also have myself, maybe. Maybe that would be a good way to look at it. What's something from your collection that I would like to have, and something from my collection you would also like to have?
What is it?
I don't know what you would like to have.
No, what would you like to have?
Probably that Skeletor Panther 2-pack in the box.
Oh.
If I came across if I came across one of those, I would keep it.
With him, I do take his stuff. If it's something I like, I'll be like, oh, I'll just set it on my side and you can come and visit it if you want to. And I have done that.
She's awful.
No. Well, we married. So it's okay.
Whatever.
Gilgamesh got rid of some things I thought I didn't want anymore a few years ago. Collecting them back cost so much more. I never get rid of anything again. Yeah, you don't get rid of stuff. You just put it in a tote. If you feel like you're tired of it,
and that's
put
the
it
trick.
in a tote.
And then a few years later, you open the tote up and you're going to say one of two things. Oh, wow, I forgot about this. Or what do I get this for? And then you'll know for sure. And Ilmatic Prime is here. He says, what's up, everyone?
Distorted Reality said that he just binge watched the entire Twin Peaks and was still on. Sure you did.
You lie.
You probably watched one episode and came back.
Oh, yeah. Robert says, yeah, you did. Didn't mean to trigger you. You didn't really. I'm just saying that because, why not? But I'm just messing with you. You didn't trigger me. But, yeah, that did remind me, though, that, oh, crap, that's right. I wanted the Eagle One playset.
Yeah. Flex Tone, anything you regret selling?
Probably my first appearance of Ghost Rider, because at the time I sold it in the early 90s, it was probably worth like $25.
I never sold anything.
Yeah.
So everything I still got. I just put it in totes when I get tired of it. Oceans. Well, no, I keep calling you Oceans. It's Razor.
Occam's Razor.
I've made the mistake of selling some stuff I was tired of. Now I wish I kept it. I only sell stuff I am absolutely not into now.
And Jughead says, what I wanted as a kid but never got was the Mark's Army World War II Navarone Mountain playset. That's a nice playset. Mark's made some nice playset. That's like little, they made the figurines like the toy soldiers or little cowboys or dinosaurs and stuff like that. They made some really cool playsets. So let me see here. Oh, and yeah, it's getting kind of late.
Yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock.
Actually, and this is our second because for those of you who didn't realize, we were on and then there was a lightning strike and a power blip, and it took us like 10 minutes to get back on. So that's why this says part 2.
Yeah.
Episode 4, part 2.
So go to part 1 and thumbs up it. Put some thumbs up. I was just joking. No, but we thank you for those that came back and for you that that jumped on. And we're glad that you were able to. Patty, we just see you. You can get Eagle One models to make. I don't know. I don't care for models. That's one thing. I'm gonna write that down to talk about next week. Model sets, because there's a lot of model kits out there. I'm gonna write that down to talk about on the next live stream. Model kits versus the actual put together set.
Yeah, yeah. And you got to be careful. They're fragile.
Yeah. And then are you going to get so frustrated with it that you won't complete it? You know, and some people know that they're not going to complete stuff.
Oh, JG wants to know where we are. We're in Georgia. Right now, we're in Georgia. Gilgamesh sold his Atari 2600 years ago.
I bet you want it back.
I still don't have them back. That market has kind of died off though, so you can probably find the Atari 2600 and cartridges again fairly inexpensive. It never really took off aftermarket because the graphics are so primitive by comparison.
Scott says, do y'all have a video about resources on finding toys?
Not really.
No, we kind of just talked about it. You know, places that we look like YouTube and Macari and Etsy and stuff like that.
I have Atari and I like Atari, but I don't mess with it too often. My two go-tos are usually Nintendo NES or Sega Genesis. I always loved them. Oh, Zomb is going night, everybody.
Okay, good night.
Yep.
Average Gamer, there are new model kits at Target, all Japanese anime figures.
Okay.
Okay. It's complete. So we're going to start wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Again, we thank you so much for joining us. Again, we've been on over 3.5 hours. When you put the two together.
Probably, yeah. It might be close to
Can you guys be my parents?
We get enough adopted cats.
I know. There's a whole bunch at cartridge outside somewhere. Knock yourself out.
Oh, ET cartridges, yeah. The ET, the huge Atari failure there.
Yeah, the Hobby Lobby has a lot of model kits.
Master Hoarder had used to kill it at Joust. I remember Joust.
I collect model kits. You guys rock. Have a good evening. Okay, so thank you. And of course, we're going to put up when we're going to be live again. So get those questions ready so we can talk about it.
Yeah, because we will do this again. Having a good time with you all, and we appreciate it. So, and JG says he's new to the channel and enjoyed it. Well, we're glad you like it.
Okay. I hope you subscribe and give us that thumbs up. Yay.
Yep. So good night, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye.